Why did they take me to a preview setting? Oh god, I hate this shit so much. Don't switch. Hello?
Yeah, they care
Yes.
about. They want the games
Finally.
out there.
What's going on?
Yeah,
Hello.
we no problem.
Yeah,
But
they had a code for even if I had the code on the Streamlabs to pass it through, the code was going to the PS3 stream that I did yesterday, even though I had that code only directed to the computer. I'm telling you,
oh,
bro,
there you
YouTube
go.
is fucking stupid. Like, they're the ones that telling you to put that code in for that fucking podcast, and it's not the one that works. I figured I was going to have to start a completely new podcast just for the shit to work. Fucking you. God, fuck YouTube, man. Like, for real. I hate that shit, bro. Why can't
Yeah,
it be
YouTube's
like
got
two
fucking
clicks
major
of two
issues.
buttons, bro? You know how easy that would be? You already have that shit.
Yeah.
Click the button and you're good.
Yeah.
Bro. Oh my fucking god, bro.
But I believe Sonic could do it. I believe they could put it off this year and next
So
year.
what y'all talking about? Cause I missed
The
probably everything.
the the Switch. We're talking about the Switch. The how they be trying to downplay the Switch.
I'm
Excuse me.
confused.
Oh, I give a
No, I'm talking about like the
Oh,
They were
they,
saying that GTA 5 might possibly come to the Switch, and was like they could have done it a long time ago if they really wanted to. And then Fatal was talking about City Project Red said The Witcher was harder to port than they thought to the Switch.
Yeah. The thing is, if you put GTA 5, let's say you get the single player, right? That's good. You gotta have to do the multiplayer. Like, you just gotta have to. You know what I'm saying? You gotta put the whole game on there. And that's what I'm
I don't
saying.
know
You
about the
gotta have to,
multiplayer
like, make a
aspect of it, man. Because the
special
multiplayer is
Switch.
a standalone thing, though. The multiplayer is a standalone thing. I don't think if they're gonna do it that way, like they're gonna have to
When
fucking
I got
honest
the
that.
game on the PS3, you had the multiplayer and the single player. Same thing for the PS4. It even
But the
loads up
multiplayer
that
wasn't
way.
there day and date, though. The multiplayer wasn't there day and
No,
date.
I'm saying now it is. When you get the PS4 version, you have an option while it's
Oh, well,
loading.
I know now it is. But I'm talking about it wasn't there at launch. But I'm saying,
Yeah,
like,
but
if
we're
they're gonna
talking
do
about
that,
20. We're talking about 2020, 2021 when Grand Theft Auto was going to the Switch. The Switch users, if they're gonna pay top price, which Nintendo's gonna have
if
it situated that way, they're not gonna pay top price for the single player, bro.
no, well, what I'm saying is, like, if anything, GTA 5, if it does come out, it will probably end up being fucking like if a pro version of the actual fucking Switch does happen, that's when you'll see it come out, and it's only going to be able to be played on that version of that system.
So where did that rumor come out? Cause we was talking about it, but did a rumor get posted recently?
Nope,
no, they just
the president of Nintendo shut down all them
Timeout,
rumors at the beginning of the
timeout,
year.
timeout, JJ. You got to fix the actual audio of your stream, and everybody sounds like robots according to fucking Pokemon.
yeah
Voices sound like robots. Okay. See, that's what I'm saying, bro. It's just always something, bro. Fuck. Okay, I left out and I came back. Boca, how does my voice sound? So I
it
left out
sound
the whole thing and I came back. Or is it other people? Because I'm trying.
Hello.
I'm trying so fucking
hello.
hard.
Right, you can hear me?
I can hear
I can hear
everybody.
you.
Nope.
I can hear y'all too.
Yeah, nobody sounds
Plus,
like a robot on my end. I mean,
But
what's going on, Jamar Bates? I'm sorry that the shit was late today. I was ready. It's just YouTube wants to be very complicated. I think in the next 2 years, YouTube's going to be so complicated that even if you have a fucking college degree, you won't be able to figure this shit out. Like I've had lots of like older people talk to me about me being on YouTube, like they wanted to get their sons into it and stuff, and how do they do it? And I always wonder, like, why are you asking me how do you get into YouTube? How do you get into YouTube? And now I know it is very difficult. Like they make it difficult on YouTube. Like at first you could click, like you could pick your own URL, Now you have to wait until you get 100 subscribers and even get your own URL. You know, like it's just man, bro. YouTube is just so fucked up, man. It's so fucked up. It's for the elites, man. It really is. It's for elite motherfuckers that have like 1 million subscribers. That's what YouTube is for. They need to stop doing that shit because that's not who carries all the content. Those motherfuckers will put out a video every fucking month sometimes. Okay, we got everything situated. Now I have to share the link that we're live. So let's go do that. We might as well hit this one again, even though we talked about it in private, and that would be The Last of Us. It's pretty simple. The game got delayed because they want the most of the sales. It's not confirmed that the majority of the sales will be from people that already pre-ordered, and it's also not confirmed that the people that pre-ordered it, if they pre-ordered it physical, would actually get their copies. I'm pretty sure going forward we're going to hear stories of people that either get the physical Final Fantasy late or it doesn't get it at all. I haven't heard any stories about Resident Evil, but I do expect Final Fantasy because it's a later game to have that. Also, people have been getting Final Fantasy physical editions early, but not everybody has gotten it at the same time yet. So, I guess they don't want that type of shit going on with The Last of Us and have the spoilers out. But that shit's gonna happen regardless. I know I'm being a little fucking, evil or whatever, but you release the game now and the digital gamers get it, right? Spoilers are gonna come out. If you did the physicals, it will be scattered people that would either get their game early or get the game late and still have spoilers because they started a different time. I always have to dodge spoilers, as you guys know. When games come out on Tuesday, when a game comes out on Friday, I have to go to work. That means I'm not gaming at the time that other people are gaming. And when I pick up the controller again, people are like fucking hours ahead of me or already beat the game. Already posting screenshots and shit like that would spoil the story for me. So I don't really understand the decision of PlayStation, not Naughty Dog, delaying that game and Iron Man. And obviously they're going to have to delay Ghost of Tsushima because this virus doesn't look like it's stopping. I keep hearing people like flatten the fucking curve. You're not flattening the curves, bro. I've been on Instagram, I've been on Twitter, I've also been on TikTok. Motherfuckers are outside. They're not always doing their social media activities inside. Motherfuckers are outside, bro. Models, fucking comedians and shit. Motherfuckers are outside. Okay? When they tell your asses to stay inside, you should have stayed the fuck inside. I've also looked at dates. You can do your own little fucking research. I've looked at dates and when pictures were posted by, again, models or famous comedians. And people were outside as late as fucking February 15th. This virus has been known about since December of last year, and people are still outside. You know what I'm saying? The virus, takes 14 days to get out of your system. That means if people was outside of February 15th, let's say they got it, or they walking around normal, not thinking that they got it because they didn't see the news go crazy about everybody getting it and staying inside, then could have spread it to other people without knowing. Again, it's our own damn fault that shit is fucked up like this. And it's also the fault of individuals that don't want to fucking listen. You want to go outside and get your photo ops. You want to go and travel and shit so you can take some pretty photos. That's all a part of life. But life is a lot different now, and you have to fucking listen.
What are you babbling about?
Shut the hell up, Sam.
You're like Adam right now. What are you talking about?
No, I was talking about if people were wondering why we're going to get game delays, we're going to get movie delays. There were people outside when the virus was known about. That's what I was saying. Like, there were people literally, like, February 15th, February 20th, March. People are outside taking vacations.
They're still outside.
Exactly. So I'm like, you can't be, like, mad at Naughty Dog for doing what they had to do or PlayStation for telling Naughty Dog to do that when there are people that was endangering other people's lives by going outside to do something, like I said, something as
and
trivial.
then spring break, all those kids went down, and then most of them have tested
Exactly.
positive.
So it's like it's a lot of people that fucked us up, you know, and I'm mad at those individuals. That's all I'm saying. I'm not rambling. It's just real. Like if you look, I was telling them if you look at the dates at when people posted pictures or let's say Instagram, TikTok, or anything, they have dates there. You could see that we already knew about the virus at like February,
Well,
middle February.
you got celebrities that don't believe it. I told you the chick from Lost, right? She openly stated that her and her children are not going to abide by
Yeah, and then she did
being
she get
isolated or
updated?
whatever.
I
Dude,
know
she's just living her life normally.
Bro, what was funny? Pink and her son got it, but they didn't put out a release that they had it, and they got over it in 2 weeks. And then she said she wanted to donate $1 million. I'm like, it was up to you, you dumb fuck, to come out like Idris Elba did and disclose how serious it is that even people of status has the virus. She fucking didn't even do that. She was so selfish, she did not let anybody know her and her son got the virus. Why? Because she was doing shit that she shouldn't have been doing. Going out, traveling. This is the one key thing that celebrities do all the time. Go out.
By the way, I have
and
another
travel.
question. Why is she famous? I haven't heard of her
I
in
don't
like
fucking
15
know,
years.
bro.
Okay.
That's why I'm like, $1 million? God damn, you really must not be that fucking famous. Ah,
She
damn.
still makes money?
You
Shit.
gonna donate $1 million like that shit's gonna solve anything? The fuck out of here. But yeah, long story short, bro. If you want to know why shit's getting this bad, it's because there were people that just didn't want to listen, and they're like, and this is as late as even the beginning of March, or even the middle of March, where people just weren't listening. You can go look at your favorite celebrities. Go look at their social medias. Go look at the dates that they posted videos or pictures. You can see they were part of the problem. Whether they're
Well, you got to think about right now. Also, they made churches exempt from the lockdown, so
Oh
people.
I
Lord.
didn't see. I learned about that recently. I haven't gone to church in many years, but I know that the one in DC. Remember the one? It was a story in DC where the guy was the priest was doing communion, and he had it, and because everybody did communion, they also spread it amongst themselves, and they all had.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I already with that story in the Washington D.C. area, I understood that churches should have been the ones saying, "Hey, stay the fuck at home. You got a Bible, pray at home." No, they didn't do that.
That's
Man.
the reason. That's how it blew up so bad in South Korea. When it blew
And
up, a lady went to church
the motherfuckers
and
running out to the
infected the
stores.
church.
People were next to each other's running out to the stores to get paper towels. Do you think people were going in the store one per person to go for paper towels? No. It was like Black Friday in most areas where everybody flooded the stores, were next to each other and shit. It's like that's the crazy thing, bro. It's just there. Everybody want to say now, oh, let's all do our part. Let's stay inside. Where the fuck were you weeks ago? Like when you should have been putting out these public service announcements. Like, I hate these celebrities sometimes, bro. You're not helping, bro. You only help when it gets real for you.
J-Tech, guess what, y'all? Guess how New Orleans got it, J-Tech?
I don't know.
Y'all?
Tell me.
They Mardi Gras.
Oh, obvious.
Yep.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And that's how it came back to the States. There was a Chinese New Year right when the epidemic broke. There was a Chinese New Year.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody from around the world traveled to China for the Chinese New Year.
That's crazy, bro.
But I don't believe it started in China because people be eating bats all they since the 1800s and the 1700s and all that. They be eating them type of stuff. They be eating all type of crazy shit.
We're not gonna dive deep into it. I just want everybody to understand
But
this virus
shit
affects gamers. Okay, so
it do.
The bullshit that happened with the virus is directly affecting us. There's again the games that were either on the tip of going gold or had already went gold, but not got the famous celebrated gone gold pictures from some developers that do that. Those games were not going to be affected by any type of delay. But games that did not go gold, let's say maybe they were a week or two out. Prime example for The Last of Us, and we're going to talk about those theories that I have. They were going to be affected. there were already games delayed before the virus, and there were games delayed when I knew about the virus, but other people didn't know about the virus. So let's say the virus started in December, right? The end of December. Again, Chinese New Year. That's when it started. Started in China, Wuhan, China, right? So from December all the way to now, April, if games were getting delayed within that window, whether I don't know if developers want to come back and say, "Hey, we knew about the virus," or they delayed it because it was next to another game. But there were a lot of games delayed within this window of December to now April. Lots of games got delayed.
Yep.
And I don't want to put it on the virus. I want to put it on crowding. But now those games that already got delayed might get a new delay. The first one was The Last of Us and now also Iron Man, which both got delays, if you remember. But now they got new delays. You know? So you're potentially looking at more developers, not just first parties, delaying games that, again, have not gone gold. That's the games we're talking about right now. We're thinking and we're going to be talking about games that have not officially went gold. And if games predominantly are going to be better digital, those games probably won't get delayed at all. Prime example, Horizon Zero Dawn going to PC, right? It's a high possibility that game does not get delayed for PC. However, you are going to be looking at very low sales for Horizon Zero Dawn on PC with all the shit going on right now. And again, it's coming out during the Steam summer sale, so I don't expect anybody to buy Horizon Zero Dawn for full price. That's just me, just being realistic. But yeah, I want to thank everybody for showing up again. YouTube has some problems because YouTube is stupid some fucking times. But everybody that showed up, thank you for showing up. We got a lot to talk about. Let's give a little shout out to everybody. 97th Arcane. Big shout out. I'm probably going to give him a massive amount of shout outs. 97th Arcana is the very first member of this YouTube channel. So he paid a subscription fee. I think the entry one is $1.99 a month. And he is a member of this channel. Now, a lot of other people are subscribers, and I thank you guys all the time for that. But he's the first person. I don't know of anybody else. I will know that because once you sign up for the $1.99 a month, you get a special badge. One of the badges, well, most of the badges are logos that I made. And the first badge is going to be Xbox Has No Games logo. Then, you go down, you might have a
You're a bitch.
TV logo. Then you might have a Bleeding Edge Sucks Ass logo. It's a lot of logos that are badges.
You suck.
Nah,
I'm playing, bro. I'm playing.
How did that game good, dude? How that game, y'all? I want to know how beat
the
it.
game,
Eddie.
I don't know if he's still playing it, but the game does seem a little dead.
Who?
Final Fantasy coming out and shit like Resident Evil. That game, it is what it is. Or it did what it did,
So Fred, how did that game good? Did on Xbox?
I haven't played it fucking since the game came out.
Oh, you ain't played that?
It's all right.
No, because I was waiting for my data to reset, so I'm gonna hop on there after I'm done with this podcast and see if people are actually still playing it. No, you're not.
Hold up. I'm gonna hop on that with you.
Eat my foot. Dog, get the fuck off my face. Is the audio still fucked up for people in the chat?
I don't.
What's wrong with you, Mike?
Sounds good to me.
You
I
better thank the Lord. What up, people?
But yeah,
Broke this fucking joint here
Jamar
if he'll
Bates,
knock my shit down, my
Verge
phone down.
Grizzle, thanks for
Beat the
showing
fuck out
up.
that little dude,
Almighty
man.
Rated D, thank you for showing up. CD, thank you for showing up. I'm just gonna call you Con the Coon Killer. Con the Coon Killer, thank you for showing up. Thank you guys for showing up. I'm pretty sure other people will be in here shortly. Let's talk. I think everybody.
Yeah, I hope Big Money shows up today.
What? Everybody go
Big
around.
money.
Go around the circle. We got an Xbox person in here. We got Fatal, he's a
Who?
Xbox person. Snow Bunny, you're a Nintendo person. And then I guess
I'm an Xbox person.
we're just gonna say Sam is not Xbox, but just paint him
Hey,
as a PC.
hey, I'm a neutral motherfucker. Get it right.
Okay, well you got bleeding edge, so you're Xbox.
No, he's Xbox.
Go around the circle. Do
Shut
you
up,
think
Boca.
that
Don't carry the fucker.
do you think that any game is in danger of getting delayed from your respective consoles that you support?
Minecraft Dungeons was delayed, and that's digital only.
There you go. There you go. So digital
Yeah.
only isn't exempt, but it could be, you know. Unless the excuse from the developer is that people won't even buy it digital because we're going through hard times, which is realistic, you know.
I don't think it was always going to be digital only. I think there was supposed to be physical copies of that game, but due to this outbreak, I think they delayed it because obviously they're working from home, so they can't get it done in time. But on top of that too, as well, I think they switched it up to digital only for right now until this pandemic is over with, man.
Snow Bunny, do you think Nintendo would delay any of the games that haven't gone gold?
They've already warned it in the mini direct that they had last week or the week before. The very first disclaimer up there saying, due to the virus, as of right now, these dates may change. So for every game that they listed, they've already stated that the dates may change due to the virus outbreak.
And see, that's what I like to see. Look, I understand why PlayStation told Naughty Dog to release that statement, but obviously, and this is the theory, the game had gone gold. Okay? This is a theory, and it's backed up by facts. Okay? That's how I deal with shit. It's backed up by facts.
Facts, man.
Exactly. You're not dealing with facts. Woo! I don't know what type of theories y'all motherfuckers dealing with. Y'all dealing with that I got abducted by an alien that looked like a crocodile type of theory, and we don't deal with that shit over here. I'm gonna go put out one more notification. This one's gonna be on Twitter, and then we gotta go get started on this big theory. Okay, so first of all, the big part of this theory is the game obviously had went gold. There was a developer that took a video, and this is during the outbreak. The video had been posted this week on Twitter where they were standing all together with the new Ellie tattoo on a hoodie or a shirt, and they were going to take the I've Gone Gold developer picture that you always see, right? Okay, that was posted this week. And I found that video post on Twitter after we got the announcement that the game had gone delayed. Leaked gameplay had been posted this week. At least 9 or 10 different in-game gameplay images have been posted this week. Obviously, there was going to be an announcement that the game had gone gold. Obviously, they were going to give us progress on how the game looks and how it runs. That did not happen. So, with that being said, that's why I don't. It's a different thing when it comes with this Last of Us versus Nintendo or versus Minecraft Dungeons. It's different because we know the game had gone gold, but they did not confirm that it had gone gold or was in the process of going gold. They just said, "Hey, we're delaying it because of the virus." Now, Sony had already delayed 3 big movies: the Spider-Man Morbius movie. And 2 other movies that Sony or Columbia Pictures makes. So when I saw that, and I think that was about a week or 2 ago now, I had already known that the next things from Sony that would be on a delayed chopping block would obviously be some of their first party games. I was already mentally prepared for it. I just wanted a good explanation. I don't think they should have started their statement off with something about some bugs or something. I'm about to go to Naughty Dog's website right now, and I'll let you guys see what the fuck's going on. But it's just, I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. I just want honesty, man. If you don't have honesty, people's minds are gonna wonder, and people gonna get pissed off at you. You gotta be honest with the people that are buying your shit. Now it's difficult because GameStops obviously won't be opening back up. I don't care what you fucking want to believe, but GameStops have been in bad shape for a number of years now. It would be delusional to think that after the virus subsides and people get better and get a vaccine, GameStops in your location that were obviously in danger of being closed down permanently are going to magically open back up. It's not going to happen. Too much time had passed. Small businesses obviously have already voiced how this shit has already been affecting them. Teachers, anybody that has a job that's not essential, that is sitting at home because the government has told them to sit at home to stop the spread of the virus. Those individuals, as you already know, have voiced, that they basically lost the job permanently because they're getting no revenue. Um, it's sad. It's fucked up out here. Um, with that being said, you can't expect everybody to be in the same condition um, financially coming off of this virus. So those people might not be able to buy as many games as they used to. So again, it's a good thing that they delayed The Last of Us. It's a good thing they delayed Iron Man. But I wish they would have been honest about why they're delaying it in a very shorter response instead of this long written out response about all this other shit. Just get to the point. We're delaying the game because the virus is bad for the economy and we don't know if you guys will be able to buy this, or you're gonna have to decide to buy some toilet paper to wipe your ass or some bread or milk to eat, you know.
You mentioned before a digital game got delayed too because of it, like a digital only game.
Minecraft and Wastelands 3.
Well, why would they delay those?
That's what I don't understand.
Well, thing is if they're working at home, they might not have the same setup that they have in
That's
office.
true.
Oh, so they're not done with it. Okay.
Yeah.
I
That's what
mean,
I'm
well,
saying.
they,
We're talking about
yeah,
games that have not went gold. Those games are in danger of definitely getting delayed. Those games are definitely always going to be in danger of getting delayed.
and like I said with Nintendo, the very first thing you saw in that direct is said that they can't predict how the virus is going to be, but the dates right now are what it is, but they could change because they were given dates in the direct of when these games were due to come out, but they said it may change.
Yep. I mean, it's crazy, man.
Dude, China has single-handedly ruined this whole year. I swear to fucking goodness.
Yeah, look at this. Okay, so you got line 1, you got line 2, you have line 3, and you have line 4, and then you do have a line 5 in this message from Naughty Dog, but that's basically closing out everything. So let's say you have 4 lines, right? So let me read this to the best of my ability. As you've likely just seen, the release of The Last of Us 2 has been delayed. So they acknowledged that The Last of Us has got delayed before they released their press release. But a lot of people think if we look at this image, they're delaying the game, but the game was already planned to get delayed, and this message had already been typed up. So they must have already knew there was a chance of the game getting delayed for a long time. Okay, and then they go on to say, we're sure this news is as disappointing to you as it is to us. We wanted to reach out to all of you in the community and give a little more information. The good news is we're nearly done with development of The Last of Us Part 2, aka the game has gone gold. We are in the midst of fixing our final bugs. Um, okay. However, even with us finishing the game, we are faced with the reality that due to the logistics beyond our control, we couldn't launch The Last of Us 2 to our satisfaction. We want to make sure that everyone gets to play The Last of Us Part 2 around the same time, ensuring that we're doing everything possible to preserve, to preserve the best experience for everyone. This meant delaying the game until such a time where we can solve these logistic issues. So I'm confused, bro. So what? Delay the game until the virus is done. That's all you had to say. Don't It's just, look, a lot of people are not gonna understand what logistics means. I understand what it means because I see that shit all around the fucking building I work at. I understand what it means. Other people might not. You don't have to dress
Are you
it up.
serious?
Yeah, some people might not. You just don't have to dress it up. Just say until this virus stuff is done, we need to make sure you will be able to get your game in the store that you want to get it from if that store opens back up.
Just buy it on the PS store, and we would have had been playing the game already,
I
man.
agree, but I don't care.
No, but here's the thing. This is what I think it is. They know if they release it digitally, everybody's going to rush out and buy it digitally and cancel all their pre-orders. Think about all those pre-order sales of all those collector's editions, because some people will refuse to buy it digitally and physically.
Yeah,
Yeah, but those hardcore nerds, they're not going to live without those collector's editions. So they're going to get it no matter what.
yeah,
Maybe, maybe not. They don't want to take the risk.
yeah. That's what yeah, you're right. So let's go to the next line. They say we are bummed about this decision, but ultimately understood it's what's best and what's fair to all our players. So exactly what both of you guys were just talking about. They want the people that wanted to get the game physical and the collector's edition to get it at the same time as the people that would obviously get it digital, so no spoilers would be leaked out. Okay.
Dude, that whole thing is the crock of shit, the whole spoiler thing. Because we're
Oh,
not all going to get
I
the
know
game the
it's all
same day.
shit, bro. I know the
Right.
game's gonna get spoiled for you anyway. Everybody has different styles of play.
You could see a thumbnail on YouTube, and that's it. It's spoiled.
Exactly.
It's that simple.
We're hoping that this won't be a long delay, and we'll update you as soon as we have new information to share. Let me just put a bet on this. Anybody that has some money left over, I bet you a good $20. This is not gonna be a short delay. Just like Snow Bunny, it's very look. This game is about to come out in May. They don't have a reason to delay it to the PS5 unless we don't get any information in April or in May. So you still have a full 2 months to give us information. Now, if you don't give us information on the release of The Last of Us over the next 2 months, that means you might as well just delay it to the PS5. Within the next 2 months, if you don't come out and delay Ghost of Tsushima again, that means you still can bring it out before the PS5. I don't believe any of these games are magically going to transform into PS5 only exclusives because they already want to push backwards compatibility. So even if the games come out day and date with the PS5 console at the end of the year, if that's still going to happen, the games would still be playable on the PS4.
I gotta look at one thing real quick because I saw a tweet earlier this week that okay, I'll bring it up in a second. Go ahead, continue talking.
So yeah,
I'm sorry.
they're the last two games. That's it. Those are the last two big games. The first one is Final Fantasy. Before that, I don't know.
So everything else is just third party, though.
Yeah,
After that.
Neo 2, but a lot of the third party shit's been delayed. You know, there's no Cyberpunk until September. Doom came out. Resident Evil was already out.
Xbox dropping those bangers though in August.
Oh?
Uh,
What?
if they
Got Wasteland coming out August. I think 28th or 29th.
Oh, that's where they pushed it back to?
Yeah, it's the end of August.
if they delay Ghost, I swear to God, I'm gonna be pissed the fuck. I'm gonna really be
I'm
pissed
gonna
off.
prepare your
Because
mind
all of a
right
sudden
now.
everybody's a samurai
Yeah, I
fan.
want to.
They're delaying Ghost of
Yeah, I want to
Tsushima.
prepare.
No,
your
I'm
You can
mind.
play
saying,
Neo
please
too,
don't
Eddie.
say
Just buy
it,
Really
Neo
please
mad
too.
right
don't.
now, Eddie, because you got to
Please don't
understand it's
be
out of everybody's control. Nobody cares if you're mad because it's out of it's out of everybody's control.
Oh,
Unless you can stop the virus, unless you have a cure for the virus right now, if the virus continues to spread because idiots want to go outside, and this is where my long rant in the beginning stemmed from, there are still people of status that feel the need to go outside to take pictures and videos and also be near other people that are also famous, and then giving everybody infected, and then they go back to some people of a lower class and infect them. Long story short, they're doing a thing that you're not supposed to do. Stay the fuck home. You got enough money. Stay home, watch TV, play some games. I don't give a fuck. But because people didn't do this, months ago, Eddie. That's why the virus spread so fast. The virus was out since December. Our government only just started telling us to stay home in the middle of March. Like, do you understand how many people could have had the virus came back already and spread it around? Between January, February, and the middle of March, that's 2.5 months that people weren't really taking this shit seriously. Now it's serious. So again, it's out of Naughty Dog's control. It's out of PlayStation's control. It's out of Sony's control. You can get mad, but it's out of everybody's control, bro. Unless you have the cure to the virus, things will continue to get delayed. Movies, TV shows, businesses. Like, I got fucking in DC, T-Mobile stores closed permanently. The Hard Rock Cafe in DC is closed permanently. Subway, the sub shop, is closed permanently.
I'm furloughed indefinitely on my
So,
job.
Eddie, I understand you're gonna get upset, and other people will too, but it's nothing we can do. And I know it seems like we're all powerless, but it's true. Until this virus is over, there's nothing we can do. Games will get delayed, movies will get delayed, things will get closed. It's just the way it is, man, right now. All people can do is do what they're supposed to do. Stay the fuck home. I know money's tight, but if your job is closed, there ain't really no reason to keep going out wasting your gas and shit.
Ain't no sunshine.
Like, I went out, me and my mom went out on...
That guy died, I think.
Me and my mom, we went out on Friday, and that was our first time going out in almost 2 weeks because we had to go to the grocery store, and that was it. And then
that's all people should be going to. The grocery store. That's it. That's all you need to do. You need to go to the grocery store. And if you see a lot of people in that parking lot, just like the zombie apocalypse, maybe your ass should not go to that grocery store.
Exactly.
You don't want to go where a crowd is. Even if it's daytime. Don't do it. I'm upset about it. I'm upset about this virus and how it changed the life that I have and the life that other people had. I was planning on seeing my nephew right around now to babysit him, because my sister's a nurse and all her functions have been canceled. The Chicago function, where I was gonna travel to Chicago at the end of this month, obviously has been canceled. I haven't saw my family in a longer time than I want. I actually was gonna go meet with them, but hey, we thought it was best not to do that. Because we don't know who has the virus or who comes into contact with people that could get a virus in the next hour or so. I know you guys saw the story about the bus driver that made the Instagram video, a Facebook video. He got coughed on by a passenger. He ended up getting the virus and dying.
I was wondering how real that story actually was.
I don't know.
To be honest.
He could have got it from another person, but that person was coughing.
That dude could have just been killed. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Could have been Lex Luthor. We don't know. It's sad.
That dude, he looked really out of shape. So he could have died of natural causes.
Yeah, it's fucked up. I mean, I went back to work because I was a little, I was under the weather, and I followed the rules. They say stay away from people for 14 days. I did what I had to do. Went back to work. Went to the doctors. It was difficult finding any doctor that would take me, because no doctors was open. They were closed because they don't want to have anybody in there. The one that I did go to, they were geared up. Gloves, masks. They were afraid to go anywhere near anybody, bro. It was crazy, bro. It was crazy. But I will return to work. They changed the work schedule. It's now 4 to 12:30. Friday, it wasn't even that. We ended up going in at 4 and we left at 10. But we didn't even leave at 10 because we were finished all our work before 10 because the building's so fucking empty and shit. And it's like, even if I'm not going to get paid, from my job, I still would rather my job say, hey, this shit's, dangerous out here. Y'all need to stay the fuck home. The thing about the curve is they're saying they want to flatten this curve of how fast this virus is spreading. Again, we don't know who has it. You could be home with somebody that has it. You could be in an apartment complex with somebody that has it. You could have a neighbor that has it and nobody knows. Some people might be afraid to try to get tested and spreading it, and they don't even know. Allergy season is out right now. Motherfuckers are gonna sneeze. Some people might cough. It's just a lot of shit. Eddie, you got to mute your mic. You have to mute your mic.
I got you.
But yeah, let's continue on some topics. If you haven't played Uncharted 4, Uncharted 4 is gonna be free for PlayStation Plus. I think it's like a dirt rally game. I could give fuck less about that game. That's also gonna be free. But Uncharted 4, including the co-op and the multiplayer, is gonna be given away for free. That's pretty dope. A lot of games are on sale because a lot of developers understand we're all stuck at home, so they're trying to make a lot of money. So tons of games are on sale. God of War is like $15. Uncharted 4, before it goes free for PlayStation Plus physical, is like $9. All of this is at Target. So this is probably, if you still have money, and you've been getting paychecks, or you have money, period, this probably be the best time to get some old games that you haven't had a chance to play. The PSN has a pretty great sale right now. I'm pretty sure Xbox Live, and I saw some eShop sales too.
Well, let's go see what Xbox Live has on sale. It's probably garbage anyways.
No. I heard that Bleeding Edge was on sale for 50 cents. That's what I heard.
Dude, that'd be awesome if it was. Fuck.
Well, you already got the game because you already got
The
Game
50
Pass.
cents.
Shut up.
Oh, shit.
Fucking asshole.
Goobity gig.
Right now, Fatal's the mayor of Bleeding Edge.
Yo, I am the mayor of Bleeding Edge. You got a problem with that there, Boca?
Hey, man, I'm not trying to hate on the game, but you're going to have to do a lot to just keep the support.
Yeah, I know. I got my work cut out.
What? The keep what support?
Not suck up with the user numbers on Twitter.
Oh.
I don't know if interest has completely died off, but, I mean, are they doing any expansion stuff anytime soon?
For Bleeding Edge?
I don't know.
That's Fatal shit.
I don't know. I'm still waiting for that new character to come out.
Me too, yeah, I'm waiting for him.
Dick.
Let's see, what do they got here for this fucking...
No, I need that Battletoads news. ASAP.
Bleeding Edge is one of the best games of all time, though.
You didn't see that Ryan McCaffrey on Phil Spencer interview, J-Tuck?
Oh, yeah, let's talk about that. Bro,
it was actually pretty good. I caught most of it.
Where he said he was happy after he saw the specs of the PS5.
It was on the Unlocked podcast.
Okay.
Man, if you're looking at that from a fucking negative aspect, as in like competition-wise, dude, man, just don't even bother, man. Don't even bother.
Oh, no, that's his words, not mine. I'm just saying. That's what he said, not me.
Yeah, but that's not what he meant, though.
I don't know. Phil Spencer and Xbox, they've been very competitive. When they think that they have the upper hand, they say cocky-ass shit like that. This is not the first fucking time they did it. They did it with the Xbox One X also. So, as well as
the way he said it wasn't... I mean, you know how the media is, but like he pretty much just said it as a matter of fact in a way, which is, he liked what Cerny said, but he was obviously happy with what they did. It wasn't like anything malicious.
Fuck Phil Spencer.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
But of course, PlayStation dude's got to look at it from a negative aspect.
Phil Spencer sucks ass.
This is Phil Spencer.
No, he admitted to a lot of things he did wrong.
Follow somebody that doesn't play Bleeding Edge.
No, but see, okay, fuck the Bleeding Edge shit there, JT, but what fucking Boca just said, that's something that you're never going to hear anybody talk about.
I heard a lot of articles about that. That's how I found out about it. There were tons of articles talking about what he said.
No, not that fucking about what he said. I'm talking about the stuff that he fucking said that, what he did wrong with the Xbox One.
It's kind of a must-watch, to be honest.
I don't like Ryan McCaffrey. He's a douchebag, so I'm not going to watch his podcast.
Dude, the only question he didn't ask that I would have asked was, where's Battletoads? But he asked every other question. It was a great interview, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
Fuck you, Boca. You're pissing me off now, dude.
I'm like, how do you not ask that question?
He didn't talk
Killing
about
me.
Battletoads.
Yo, that wait is driving
delay,
me
bro.
fucking insane, bro.
It's got a very silent delay, and I don't think that's a good thing. They might cancel it.
Don't you fucking dare say that, J-Tech.
Might get
Because I swear to God, dude, if I wake up one morning there, J-Tech, and I see that game got canceled, I'm coming after you, motherfucker.
They might say, hey, this game is now releasing on the Switch.
Shut up!
Exclusively.
Hey, if they do, I don't give a shit. Bring that game. Let that game go multiplayer. I just want to fucking play it.
Nah, they said it's not going to Xbox. It's going to the Switch. Said the Xbox not powerful enough.
The website's still up there, though.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's not going to get delayed, but they did a very soft delay, and this is not the first time they did it with this game. Like, man, bro.
Yo, what up, Jay? What's up? Fatal, what's good?
Yeah, what's up, Jay?
Man, how you doing?
Man.
Hello.
Sure, man. Hey, Snow Bunny, what's up, man? Yo, listen, man. I'm making an announcement, y'all.
No.
I'm not fucking with none of these channels no more, y'all. I'm not fucking with them no more. None of these.
Wait, weren't you just on Six Humors podcast?
You want to fill us in?
Yeah.
What went down?
Yeah.
What happened?
But yeah. No. Not like that. I'm talking about the opposition, like going to like RDX and GRG and all these. And the reason why. Yeah, the reason why is because Stick was right, and then I started connecting the dot on Hard Eight when I went to Hard Eight's channel when J Tech was there. Hard Eight had a old video. He said, "Yo," and he was right. He said, "Yo, these Xbox dudes, they never gonna win a gen. They keep bringing up all this old shit." He said they never gonna win a gen. They're never gonna, do. It's just they want us there to keep this shit going. This whole bullshit narrative. So the more I show up on RDX channel and be a gatekeeper for them, it makes them more profit as far as making them happy, because all it's going to do is just say, yo, make them feel good about the Xbox keeping it irrelevant, which these dudes is kind of falsify shit, they lying about shit, you know what I'm saying? So it just makes shit, and Six said, he said, it just makes these dudes happy when I show up on these channels, yo. And I'm, all this shit, all this dumb shit they doing, yo. It's just dumb shit, yo. A lot of these dudes be doing, man. There's a lot of falsification and lying and propaganda shit they do. None of these consoles is out. None of them out. Nobody could prove that the 12 flops or whatever they got is more powerful. Nobody don't know what the fuck going on. Like Jay Tech said, it's just, we don't know yet until this shit is on paper, until it's out. So we don't have any idea. We ain't even talking about games. We just talking about fucking power in this console. Right now, we should be talking about The Last of Us and Ghost of Tsushima games we looking forward to, but we ain't even talking about. We talking about how powerful the X is, So it makes sense. He's right, Why fucking go to these dudes' channel? They're gonna lie. So I stopped doing. I'm gonna stop. Let me stop that shit, yo.
That's what you should have done from the actual fucking inception of this goddamn fake ass console war, my guy.
Yeah, but I knew it was fake though. I knew it was fake. It was just bugging out with these dudes trolling and shit. But I knew it was fake from the jump. It was just more like just trying to get on their nerves. Because I noticed something. When I went to RDX podcast, he blocked me. Dealer blocked me. Colt blocked me. They all blocked me. Now I went a couple of weeks ago. I was unblocked. I started thinking. I said, "Oh, how come I'm unblocked?" But it makes sense now why I was unblocked, because they want to get all that traffic coming in.
Yeah.
Me
personally, bro, I'll block more people from Twitter, but I haven't blocked people on YouTube for maybe over a year. It's been a long, I'm talking about anybody from the crumb side. I block PC trolls all the time. They don't have no soul. But I'm talking about Xbox people and shit like that.
No soul.
I don't block those guys. Not on YouTube. Well, obviously, I want the traffic if they gonna come here and fucking fight. However, these motherfuckers never fight. They like to be in their element. They like to be in their own little fucking zone. When they do the RDX podcast and shit, they want to talk to each other and shit and continue to lie to each other and hype each other up on fucking bullshit theories that have no fucking facts to support them. They love that.
Exactly.
They really love that. They don't want to be proven wrong. So if you're always wondering the few times that any of them showed up on our podcast, why they never they never went head to head with any of us. And I know you wanted to go head to head with a lot of them all the time, but they didn't do it because they don't really have the facts to back it up. It would turn into a real debate. And I was hoping that either one of them would go over that limit and try to challenge me on any of the fucking facts or information that's out. And of course they're not gonna fucking do it, because they're bitches. Mm-hmm. They're not gonna do it because they don't believe in facts. That means if you're going head to head with somebody, let's say myself, you're gonna tell me what you believe is right. I'm going to correct you and let you know that's not right. After that, you don't have anything afterwards. Like, if you ever saw me debate a PC fan, they believe from other YouTubers what they think is the truth, but it's not really the truth. And when you shatter that truth, they can't do anything. And most of the time, Sam can tell you, these guys act like they having aneurysms and headaches because they just can't process in their head the shit you're telling them is actually the truth, and the shit that they've been listening to from other YouTubers is actually a lie, and they just can't process it. So
yeah. And did y'all hear the new rumor? Did you have I'm sure everybody heard it. The PlayStation 5 is overheating now. It's crazy shit. Yeah, crazy shit, man. I'm just like, yo, I'm done with these cats, yo. I ain't gonna fuck with their channels no more. I ain't even going that way. I'm not even next gen. That's my boy, but I ain't fucking with that shit no more, man. I'm done. Don't fuck with none of that shit no more, man.
You know, no disrespect to next gen. I look, bro. My thing with him is he's too much into the crumb side that no matter if I respect him or not, I can't. Nah, bro. He hangs out with so many people that disrespected me on so many different occasions. Said some shit about me way before 2020. I just can't support him. Sorry, I just can't. Like I say, I respect a lot of Hard 8 because the motherfucker never tried to throw dirt on my name for a couple views or whatever, and I respect the dude. I respect him a lot, and he knows that shit. And I respect real people that show me respect even in the worst times, even when the console not doing so good. You know, that they can show respect. They understand the games are more important than hardware or specs. Again, only at the tail end of this generation we started giving a fuck about specs. When every other generation has been about games, including the majority of this gen. You know, that's how it always should be. You know, that's how it always should be.
Fuck that, man. Fuck giving these dudes the limelight and giving them some type of shine, man. I ain't doing that shit because all it's gonna do is just make this shit more crummier, more crazier, saying crazy shit. I'm like, nah, let me get off that shit before the niggas have me caught up in some bullshit.
There you go.
It's not fun, man. It's not fun, dude.
Look, always distance yourself, bro. Distance yourself. You don't gotta be near any of them people, bro. Just distance yourself.
Niggas have my name up in some shit. Nah, fuck that. Fuck all that. Yeah, PlayStation. Yeah, you know, and then see, this is the thing about you. This is the thing about everybody on this panel. Like, see, I don't gotta try to convince anybody on this panel or on a viewer side that's listening. See, I'm not trying to convince you to buy a PS4 PlayStation. I never did try to convince anybody. PlayStation sell itself. So I'm not trying to convince you to buy that shit. You know what I'm saying? But you got niggas that on the opposition side of that was trying to convince me that Xbox is more powerful, 12 flops. And you try to convince me that it's better so I could go out and buy one, or you say, yo, it's better to buy it or sell it. I'm not trying to sell you that. That's the difference. I'm not trying to sell you. The place is going to sell itself. So for me to sit here and listen to that shit is just giving me a headache. It's making me brain dead. Like, yo, what the fuck? Yo, what the... You know what I'm saying? The number speaks for itself. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the whole tactic of this generation of the console war. The tactic is we want to discourage you from buying the system that we know you want to buy and try to hype you up on the system we want you to actually buy. And that's how it is. You throw dirt at PlayStation and you praise Xbox and you hope that people can make up their mind. If their mind is weak, they will always listen to the lies. If you're a strong-willed individual, you will understand what you always understood what was important to you, and it's the games, bro. Absolutely. It's the fucking games. Yes, multiplats are higher in numbers than any exclusives on all platforms, right? And that makes a lot of people's decisions easier to pick what platform. What makes it a little harder is the exclusives. Because you can't play God of War on PlayStation, but you can't play, let's say, Forza, Halo, and Gears on PlayStation. I mean, you can only play it on Xbox, but you can only play God of War on PlayStation. So at the end of the day, you got to figure out what games you want. I mean, last gen, all I kept hearing is I picked Xbox because of my friends. That means if your friends weren't over there, you would have picked PlayStation.
That's funny. I like how people always use that, dude.
I know, it's the lamest excuse.
I don't play games with anybody on my Xbox.
Ever told me that, you're a dumbass. Because you basically
dude.
you're a sheep and you're following someone else. You can't make up your mind, and you are the very definition of a casual gamer. Someone that can't make up their mind and their decisions are made for them by the people that they surround themselves with.
Yep.
And
That's just the way that it
goes,
goes,
man. A lot
man.
of people threw around the name, the word casual gamer or casuals last gen, because that's what it meant. People that are not going to try new things but try what everybody else is playing. That's how Call of Duty got popular, because my friend is playing it.
See, I never looked at casual in that sense. I've always looked at casual for like forever. Fucking that it's like, in the whole same with the hardcore aspect of things, like hardcore being how much time you invest in the game. Whereas if you're playing a game like casually, you know what I mean, like maybe like an hour or two per day, or playing 1 or 2 matches of Call of Duty, moving on with your life. You know what I mean? Like that's how I've always looked and perceived the term casual. But now it's like, oh, if you only play Call of Duty and that's it, you're a casual gamer. You know what I mean? Like you're not a hardcore gamer. Like too many definitions this generation alone have drastically changed into a mysterious, non-existent definition, which I don't really quite understand that narrative. Like I don't know. It's just fucking weird, man.
We were just talking about before I came here, because which go hit me up. He was saying that Animal Crossing sold like 600,000, some shit like that.
More than that.
Nah, I think it's
way more
than that.
More than that.
Well, you gotta think about on opening day in Japan, physical sold 1.8 and digital sold 2.5.
Wow.
In opening week in 3 days in Japan alone.
Yo, man.
Animal Crossing ain't fucking around, bro.
Yo, for niggas to talk shit about Nintendo, man, in these games, yo, listen. Nintendo ain't playing, boy. They're moving units, man.
Right?
They selling software and they moving units, man.
Hell yeah, J-Rob, hell yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. Like we were talking about. I think before we went on live, we were saying how Nintendo, like they were saying that Nintendo needs to make something more powerful, but Nintendo never cared about power. They always were always about the games.
Yep. Yeah, Nintendo ain't playing, man. And I ain't gonna front. We just had a discussion. OBJ was saying, what would you rather choose, Xbox or Switch? I said Switch. I said I'm going with Switch. I grew up on Nintendo. I ain't gonna front. I had an N64.
I told people all the time, bro. In a fucking heartbeat, I would pick a Switch over Xbox. Any type of Xbox you talking about, I would pick a Switch. And look, I would just upgrade my laptop to something more powerful, or eventually get a desktop to play games like Fable, you know, or let's say Sunset Overdrive if it ever or if it never gets ported to other platforms, you know.
But he said you're gonna miss out on the third party.
That's the thing that keeps a lot of gamers away from Xbox over the last 3-4 years. When Microsoft made that stupid decision to start putting their games on PC, bro. Like, again, it's a decision that they
that's
believe.
That's not a stupid decision.
Hold on. I was about to say it's a decision that they feel makes sense to them, but to the outside people that you want to buy into your hardware, it obviously wasn't a smart decision, because you let new hardware surpass you and the number of consoles sold, as well as your competitor just completely just stomp the fuck out of you in the consoles sold. So again, it was not a good decision, because people did stop buying your hardware because you could buy those games.
But even if they didn't put that shit on there though, J-Tech, man, people still wouldn't have bought their hardware, dude.
What? I don't believe that.
There's so many, dude. We already saw that before they even decided to put games on their fucking Windows 10 platform.
You never know how much more units they could have sold if games were still exclusive. You will never know.
But the system, regardless of that, the system is still selling though.
You can't tell me the system would have still been dog shit in sales, bro. It probably would have sold more.
It still would have, dude. It would have still been fucking dog shit.
You think the same amount of people would have bought it if their games were only on their system still?
What are you talking about?
Like, do you still think that the sold numbers of Xbox One would still be the same number?
They would have been slightly, maybe a little bit more higher than what we are seeing today, but that's about it.
Hell no.
That's about it.
Nah, bro.
Oh, hell no.
Gears 5 only on Xbox. You talking about Forza's never getting announced for PC. You're talking about
If
every
Gears 5
fucking
wasn't
game, bro.
on,
We're
if,
talking
hold
about
on.
Rise, Son of
No, no,
Rome
no, no.
never going to
No,
PC.
no, no.
We're talking about
Well,
Dead Rising never going to PC.
but Rise, Son of Rome wasn't on PC day and day, was it?
No,
It ended
no.
up going over there. That was
It
one of
wasn't.
the first games that went over there real quick.
Yeah, look how long it took to go over there.
Well,
Yeah, did that game sell gangbusters? Did that game sell gangbusters when it came out?
Hold on,
No.
bro.
There you go.
First Gears
What
on
do you
PC.
mean how long it took to go over there? That
No, it
was
didn't.
one of the first ones that went over there.
I know, but how
It
many
went over
years
there
after the
real
launch of the
quick,
game?
bro.
Did it?
Yeah, but
It was like 2 or 3, wasn't it?
No,
when
it
it
was
came
not.
out,
It wasn't.
But did that game on Xbox itself fucking sell gangbusters?
Yeah, bro.
No,
It sold
it did not.
80
No,
billion
it did not.
copies.
No, it didn't.
It sold
No,
80
it didn't.
billion copies, bro, in the first week.
80 million.
Wow.
I
That's
heard
probably
this.
true.
Call Eastwood told me, bro. He told me this.
Colt Eastwood is a fucking moron, dude.
Colty.
Hold on, I tell you right now, Fatal. I think it hit 1 point. It hit over a million. It hit a little over a million. Rise Son of Rome. Hit a little over a million it reached. That's the most.
Rise, Son of Simon.
Rise Son of Simon.
That's what I call it.
Was it a lifetime sales?
Yeah.
It came out a year after on PC. A year after the launch of the Xbox One version of the game.
Yeah, this game didn't sell.
That's another game too as well that was also a 60 Metacritic score. And that wasn't even a first party offering either.
All those launch
Since
titles
everybody
got
likes to
slaughtered
look
for the
at that
most
and shit,
part.
fucking whatever you want to call it. So why is it that a lot of people prefer to play fucking Rise, Son of Rome when that game is a fucking overall 60 on MC, which is apparently credible nowadays, compared to anything else? Like Rise, Son of Rome, like graphically wise, cool, it looks beautiful, but the gameplay is fucking garbage, man, in that game. See? Gameplay over fucking graphics, man. Tells you everything.
Man, that game was basically like a tech demo anyway, wasn't it?
Yeah,
It was Simon Says.
It was a tech demo, bro. And it was trying so hard.
Because it was going to be a Connect game, they had to rework it again.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
It was a trash-ass fucking game, but people hold that game to a high pedestal, man. Yo,
fucking Tim Dog.
fucking Zoo Tycoon is a better game than that piece of
Okay,
shit.
I don't know what that is. Look, Tim Dog was saying that game
like
was
the animal
really,
shit,
really
like-
good, though. Tim Dog said
What, Tim Dog?
Yeah, he said that Rise Son of Rome looks better. Well, no, he was
Dude.
talking about how good Rise Son of Rome looks compared to PlayStation exclusives, but he was contradicting how better Rise looks. Because yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Rise does look better than the Halo Infinite gameplay we saw last year. It does.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Oh, let's debate right now. Fatal. Let's do it.
Wait until we see. We
talked about last year. We didn't talk about wait until we see. We said last year's gameplay.
That was gameplay? That wasn't
Yes,
gameplay.
it
That was
was.
a
They
fucking
kept
cutscene.
bragging
That was a
about how it was
fucking
in-game.
cutscene. It was a cutscene.
Nah, they said it was
In game.
They said it was in game. They didn't say cinematic. They said in game. They made
Well,
sure
I
people
don't
knew
know,
it was
man.
in-game.
You might have to change your blinkers or your window washers, dude, because fucking it looks way better than fucking Rise Son of Cocksucker, dude. Fuck
you
that
think
game.
So that game looks like.
Oh hell yeah. Mm-mm. No, wait till you see the actual fucking when you're on the actual ring. That's where that game is gonna fucking shine.
He said, "Rise Son of Cocksucker."
I hate that fucking game, dude. I hate that fucking game. When that shit dropped on JP, I'm like, let me see why everybody's fucking advocating this game. Why everybody likes this game so much, dude. Man, I played like maybe a good 2-3 hours of it. Not even that. Even that game is fucking garbage, dude.
Yo, does anybody here think?
What game you talking about?
That's Snow Bunny. Snow Bunny.
Adam's talking
Well, I
shit to you in the
can't hear
chat,
you.
bro.
Wait a minute. What were you
Yo,
saying?
No, this is going to everybody, but directly for Snow Bunny. This is everybody to But yo, from what we was talking, they saying the Switch may hit 100 consoles sold, man. Well, how that shit is moving?
100. Yeah, I'm not
Yo, how that shit
surprised.
selling, man.
It's right now. It's a shortage. Scalpers are getting $550 to $700 for it because there's a shortage, and that's just the Switch. Yeah, the Switch Lite is still in stock. So yeah, I'm not surprised it might hit 100 million because you got to think about how many people bought the Switch just for Animal Crossing.
Yo, man, Switch may be another. It may be in another elite category. Shit.
I mean,
Damn.
and it goes down to what I've always said. It doesn't matter about power. It's the fucking software that sells a console.
Damn.
Yo, that's true, Andrew. That's true. Yeah.
Fredo,
true.
what game you don't like, Fredo? On the PlayStation.
What games do I like on the PlayStation?
You don't like, you saying Horizon. What game you talking
Hello,
about?
Adam.
No, I'm about Rise, Son of Rome.
Adam, what's up?
What is that? Oh.
That game, that Crytek fucking.
Yeah, he's on mute.
No. He's in the
Okay.
Yeah.
I see him in the chat.
Adam,
You
fucker.
said Queen is the one to destroy Xbox. Oh God, come on, Adam.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm listening.
Of course you're listening. Talking to
Hey, you grinding over there, Adam? You grinding?
I'm grinding and I'm
Yeah,
He's
boy.
grinding on Neo. He's playing Neo
Yeah.
right now.
No, he's not playing that.
He's playing that game.
Shit, man.
Yeah, I'm grinding.
No,
I'm grinding.
I heard that
Switch,
game.
bro.
I heard that
Get that
game
rocket
good.
launcher, man. You'll thank me,
the
bro.
onslaught of Carlos. You know, I'm just grinding out these kills, you know what I'm saying?
Adam sucks, bro.
But Spencer,
Okay, so Andrew Wilkins says most people that buy the Switch don't play it though. Same with the garbage Wii. No one played that trash, and software sales were bad.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't
I
matter
do
whether they
fucking
buy
love
it or not. They just buy it and it goes to the numbers. I mean, that's all the companies care about. They don't
Right.
care if you play it or not.
They don't give a fuck if you're playing.
All
That's
they
what I'm
care
saying.
about is getting that little bit of money, and then once they get the money, they don't care if you sit in a corner and let it
people
collect
that keep
dust.
track of how many hours you play and shit is Xbox because they can't. They don't want to disclose the sales numbers because they're embarrassing as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I
So
mean,
they
shit, I
do
guess it's the same thing too as
engagement
well for fucking Death Stranding. Where's the sale numbers for Death Stranding? I thought Sony was very vocal about their sale numbers.
No, Death Stranding.
Days Gone had no numbers. Death Stranding had no numbers. The fuck are they doing, man?
I don't know.
Kojima's hiding them.
What I heard. Huh?
The Days Gone was strange because they had it charting pretty high, especially the end of the year results. I wonder why they didn't brag about it.
He's hiding them in a little rice bowl.
They said Death Stranding so pretty. I mean, not Death Stranding. It said Days Gone so good.
Days Gone sold. Yeah, I hope you got Days Gone so well because that game was awesome.
It was all good, even though it was apparently trash. Apparently.
They said it so. I don't know.
Well, Days Gone, not Days Gone. Fucking Death Stranding, I can kind of expect that fucking game to not sell too well. Man, because
I could get an estimate right
you know
now.
what? I'm not even gonna say anything about Death Stranding. Fuck it.
Let me get an estimate on Days Gone.
I'm gonna keep my mouth shut about Death Stranding.
No.
Because you can do the math, like it finished above certain games that there are already numbers for, so.
Fucking a garbage ass game.
What you say, Seth?
At the end of the year results for Days Gone, it finished like I think second or third, and the games that it finished ahead of those games already had set numbers, so you kind of just guess the number by that logic.
Yeah.
When it came out, it was in between. I think it was Resident Evil.
Where's that number coming from, Andrew? Show me where fucking Sony or Sony Ben came out and stated that Days Gone sold 7 million.
Damn.
I haven't seen a single fucking thing about the numbers of
the
that.
The numbers should be over 4 million because again, it got a lot of
sales. Oh, it's way past that, man. Yeah. It was past 4 million by the middle of last year.
It was near Resident Evil 2.
Yeah. If it sold 7 million, then that's fucking dope.
Bro, I can see Days Gone. No, that's what I'm saying. Okay, the game came out. People shitted on the game. Once the game came out, people started posting pictures, videos, live streams. People saw how good it was. Then the game started getting sales at least 2 to 3 months after it came out, right? Yep. And then it started getting cheaper and cheaper, and a lot of people kept picking it up. The game had legs. It had very long legs.
Yeah, the word of mouth was good with that game.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
I definitely think it could sell up there. I don't know what the official number is because we don't have it. But I could see it being 7 million, but we don't have that official number, so we don't really know.
That's what I'm saying.
I could check VG charts, but I'm pretty sure that they got that shit selling.
It's at least over 5 million. That's
Where
like
was
a
that
really low
even
estimate.
reported, man? Like, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Because, I mean, like I said, like, I'm not saying that it didn't. I'm just saying, like, where is the evidence of that? Because that's what everybody was fucking
the game just
questioning.
surpassed.
Where's the sale number,
It
son?
was tweeted. It was tweeted.
Was it?
It was tweeted. It was tweeted.
No, it wasn't. Not by Sony.
It was
Not the latest one.
no,
that's what I'm saying.
No, not by Sony. It was tweeted by a dude that let me see if I can pull that up. Let me see if I pull that.
Please
shit
do.
up.
And J Love, you want to know something scary?
What?
The best-selling Animal Crossing was New Leaf at 12 million. They're already anticipating New Horizons going to bypass that within this year.
Holy shit, man!
And that was
set a
the
new standard.
best-selling one on the 3DS. It sold in its lifetime 12 million units, and they're already anticipating the New Horizons is going to bypass that within a year.
Holy shit!
Give me your hand, bitch. Whoa. There you go. Yep.
Okay.
Let me see something.
Gone. I'm trying to find it on VG.
It says Days Gone was the best-selling PS4 exclusive on the PSN 2019. Let me see something. I know there was this is the tweet. What are the tweets?
Look, I'm looking on VG charts and there's I don't see anything.
They're not.
I wouldn't think he's done at all.
VG charts don't post numbers no more.
Yeah.
Oh, they don't do numbers anymore?
Oh, they don't really?
Nope. Only console sale numbers. That's it.
Oh, shit. Well, that's a good thing because they was getting the numbers wrong.
Dude, they haven't done that. They haven't done that in like literally over a fucking entire year.
Because their console numbers are bad too, bro. Not having console numbers. All that shit's estimated.
This is really silly, man. Because like it'll tell you like they passed lifetime sales of like stuff in Japan. Why don't they want to give us a certain number though?
It might be. I don't know. Maybe it's too embarrassing. Maybe
Hold on.
lower.
Because it obviously sold well.
This dude, yeah, but this dude is accurate. Because he mentioned a lot of shit. He's been accurate so far. He said that Days Gone was the best-selling PS4 exclusive on PSN, mind you, in 2019, and also made top 10 best-selling digital games of the year. So
there's no number. There's no number to let us know like how well it.
No, but you have the numbers of the other ones that are on that same list. That's what I was saying earlier. So you can guess that it at least sold. Like he mentioned, it sold higher than Resident Evil 2. You already know how much Resident Evil 2 sold the remake anyway.
Yeah, Sony
you just guessed above that number.
Yeah, it says Sony will do PR sales success of this game, but I'll keep pointing it out for them. I'm happy, been and excited to see what they're working on next.
Hey, man. I'm just glad that it's sold well, man, because I want to see a sequel to that game.
And
Andrew,
the music in the game in Animal Crossing is great. I got my little Skull record player that can play music in the game. It's awesome.
Damn, yo, fucking Nintendo, man.
No, well, let's talk about a little bit of games real quick.
Fuck you, Nintendo! Fuck you, Nintendo!
I wanted to talk about 3 new games I'm looking at on N4G. Power Wash Simulator.
If you say anything towards me in conjunction with that game, Jet, I swear to God.
That Fatal might want to check that out.
They're making too many simulators.
It's a dope game.
Simulator.
So you got this beautiful house and you spraying it with video game water. I might want to pick that up.
They just recently announced a snowplow simulator.
Exactly, bro.
I mean, there's PC simulator. There's car simulator. There's speech
the house
simulator.
clean. It's kind of like Splatoon with water. Okay, you just spraying shit clean. Pretty dope.
Yo, Snowbunny, what's the sales of the Switch right now? You think is that right now?
80 million.
Last time I heard, it had just peaked over 60 million. The last I heard.
Are you serious?
Hold on, let me look that up.
It's outpacing the PS4 right now, dude.
Yeah, it is. That is.
In the same time frame. It's outpacing the PS4 in the same time frame.
Because the last time I heard it was 56.
Switch is gonna deep throat the fucking well, actually no, won't we?
If the Switch passes the PS4, man, I'm gonna be like,
fatal. You know the ending of Resident Evil 3, right? Yeah, the Switch is the gun, and PS2 is Nemesis. Yeah.
Fuck y'all talking about.
What's up, Spartan?
The only thing I found related to Nintendo Switch is that the Smash Brothers series has sold nearly 60 million lifetimes, and that was 2 days ago. But we don't have a sales number for the
That's
Switch.
it?
Christ, dude.
That's it? I thought it would be more than that.
Now I do got the Switch sitting at January 30th at 52 million.
We won't be able to know the new sales numbers until the next quarter or whatever, because Animal Crossing released and they sold a lot of Switches during
including that bundle one too. That bundle one like flew off the fucking shelves.
And the new they released a new color of the Switch Lite.
I'd rather watch Fatal play Sea of Thieves than play Animal Crossing. The fuck is wrong?
You'll never see me play that game again.
I don't know,
bro. You gotta play it.
Animal Crossing?
No, I'm talking about Sea of Thieves, bro.
No. Fuck that.
You got fucking ass on that one.
I did it long enough. I did it long enough in 2018. That was the biggest fucking mistake I made. State of Decay was a better game, but Sea of Thieves, never again. I can't do that shit.
No, me neither, man.
Just like when I went back to No Man's Sky to check it out, because Fatal told me it was actually pretty good, but like Sea of Thieves, no. But speaking of that, what's Animal Crossing sales numbers at now? Like 10 million?
I don't know.
Haven't even gotten a new update yet.
Yeah, cause we all know Nintendo gamers buy anything, cause niggas be starving for games and all that. Like,
starving for games? I don't know what the fuck you talking about. You should see my backlog.
No, we're not talking about juice. Nobody. We know you play games. The other niggas just wait around. They don't buy nothing else on the Switch store. Anytime Nintendo announces a big
but I mean, to be fair though, Spartan, to be fair though,
party, a lot of Nintendo fans will go out and support it.
But that's what I was gonna say.
I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. The thing that's killing me is Animal Crossing. There's a whole there's so many new people playing Animal Crossing, and there's people playing Animal Crossing right now that I would have never thought was going to play Animal Crossing and fall in love with it.
Yeah, that supports.
They fell in love.
Yo, Jake gets off that game.
That's a Nintendo party game. It's going to sell good.
What you say? What you say, Adam?
Tell J-Dub to get off that game. It's poisoning his mind.
I know J-Dub's on that shit. J-Dub is fucking playing the fuck out of that game.
And there's some more people that's on my list that I wouldn't have never expected.
Snow Bunny. Are they adults?
Yes, they're adults.
What the fuck is going on?
And all of them are male.
Okay, I'd rather the coronavirus take people out.
Jesus Christ, Spartan. But I mean, to be fair, as far as sales go, there, Spartan, you also got to remember too, like all the way back to the NES, every generation Nintendo's ever done, their games always sell the most.
Yeah, they always sell them because they don't get shit else.
Did I tell y'all the story about me low key stalking my Walmart to see if they broke street date for Animal Crossing?
No.
So I was low key stalking my Walmart because they sometimes break street date for games.
Wait.
And I went in there because they had a spot for Animal Crossing, but they didn't have any games. I was like, are you guys gonna get any of this game back in stock? And there was these 3 guys standing there who worked there. They were like, what game are you talking about? It's the Animal Crossing. I was like, wait a minute, which one? I said New Horizons. He said, oh, that's not out yet. They all got serious. They were like, nah, it's not out yet. It comes out in 2 days. I was like, oh, but you have a... I said, oh, but they have a spot for it. They said, yeah, we have the spot ready for it. He said, but we're all waiting for it. The guys were standing there like, yeah, we're all waiting for it to come out. And the other guy was like, yeah, I bought my Animal Crossing Switch just for this game. I'm waiting on it to come out. I was sitting there like, shit.
Bro, Corey talking about teraflops all the time is hilarious, bro. Corey Borlord, bro. That dude's...
Because that nigga's an Xbox 360 gamer. That's why.
I know, bro. That shit's funny. It's true, though. Shit, that game is better than anything at 6 teraflops. I don't give a fuck.
What, God of War?
Xbox man teraflops. We got terafloppies.
To be honest with you, the reason talks about teraflops.
We got titty flaps.
Hold on, you gotta speak up because Adam talking to walls again.
My bad. I said the reason why Corey Barlock talks about teraflops so much is because he's a PC enthusiast. Like, he likes PC. Like, him and like Guerrilla Games, they're like the biggest fans of PC. Mm-hmm. But another thing is that he was on the Xbox 360 team last gen, so he was more of an Xbox gamer. So he still has that kind of passion and following mentality of an Xbox.
Yeah.
Even though he worked on a PlayStation game, he just had the idea of it. But like he's more of an Xbox centric mind wise. He's still an Xbox guy. And you could tell most of the people, like for example, Lisa Su, when she speaks about semiconductors, she still speaks as if she works at IBM. You could see the mentality of people like don't fall for the shit just because he worked on a PlayStation game. That is still an Xbox gamer at heart. Like Craig, for instance. Craig is an Xbox gamer at heart. Don't mind the pony shit, everything. Fatal is a Xbox
Yes,
guy
sir.
at heart. He's an Xbox guy at heart, but he's not a
I'm a
fanboy.
gamer
of
at heart,
Xbox.
motherfucker.
He's actually a PC game, PC type of gamer at heart. Let me correct that. He hates the modern PC right now, but yeah, don't play Corey Ball like no man, bro.
No,
Just
no,
wait
no,
to.
no. I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I ain't. You know, I ain't heard about that
The
shit.
only
Just,
thing
I
you
know
should
he
be worried
trolling.
about is games. No, he's not trolling. Like he dead ass believes teraflops and all of that. Believe games should be on all platforms. He really agrees with that.
Oh, I already know that. I'm just talking about that specific post.
Oh yeah, but yeah, that's trolling. Like he's actually teasing
Oh,
Microsoft.
I already saw his statements about being able to play games on other platforms.
By the way, did y'all know that people did this frequency test in 52 CUs of RDNA at the megahertz that Microsoft has, and then 36 CUs at the gigahertz that Sony has? You know those identical performance? Did y'all know that?
I didn't know any of these tests
The teraflops count really, I think for once Digital Foundry was right when they said teraflops aren't going to matter. That would give you the identical performance. Literally.
Jay, they're saying you need to turn the volume up. Sound low.
Who
No,
sounds
it's
low?
just him.
Me or
There you
him?
go. Yeah, your thing.
Mine?
Yeah, just your voice or whatever you use.
Hello?
Yeah, but
bro, how is my voice low?
you wasn't never low for me, bro. You was loud as a motherfucker.
Yeah,
I'm
I gotta turn you
talking
down.
into the mic, bro.
Oh yeah, but
Who
yeah.
said? Wait up. Look at who said
It's
it.
probably your speaker output volume.
Nah, bro. Look at
Where
who said it,
holla at
bro.
Dale go? Where he go? Holla at Dale was here, right?
Hey,
Where he
Gluck,
go?
bro. That might just be your audio, bro. I haven't heard any other person say their audio was low.
But how y'all doing today, though?
I'm doing alright, man.
Peaches.
I'm doing
I
very
was
well.
on Sick Humans Live. We haven't been on it in a
Yeah.
while.
Got delayed.
And
My
we
shit
were
was
just talking about the
maxed the fuck out.
delays and shit. Like, how do
Yeah.
y'all feel about the Last of Us getting delayed? Do y'all really care?
We just talked
I'm
about it.
bummed out about that, dude.
Look,
I'm bummed out
I'm
about that.
upset that I can't play it the date
No,
that
you
they
can.
said that we could play it last time. And
Thank you. See,
if
he said the right
anybody
word.
says they're not upset, you're fucking dumb. Because they
I'm not
gave
upset.
us a
I'm
date.
sorry.
So why wouldn't you be upset that the date is now changed to we don't have a date?
I'm gonna be honest with you. You might say I'm dumb because I'm not upset. Why? Because I know it's going to come eventually. Just like
I know
when
that, but I'm just
But
saying,
yo,
I did
I
pay
get it.
for the
Like,
game.
you
I
were
do
looking
want the
forward to it.
game
Yeah.
when they said they were going to give it to us.
but Spartan, you know what's the difference? What you just said?
Mm-hmm.
Niggas may not even play it because niggas may be dead before they get their hands on it. Just like
There you
That's a
go.
what
But
was
a
fact.
the
lot of people were
heartache?
like, bro, I want to
Heartache?
play this game before I die and shit. And now you
Yeah.
found out the game has got delayed. And you
Man,
don't know if the
yeah.
virus is going to get you before you even get a chance to get the release date
Play this shit.
for the
Let
game.
me, yeah.
Yeah, you
Let
might
me
die.
play. Let me play this shit before I
There
die.
you
Before I
go.
die, nigga. That's what Heartache just made a video about it. He was like, "Yo, nigga, I can't even play this shit. I may be dead by the time they release this shit, man." Everybody saying that
Hardy
shit.
though was into something though. Like, don't pay him no mind. He loved being mixy.
Yeah, that
So,
nigga be bugging. Yeah, that nigga be bugging,
but
man.
like, he got a point. Like, you never know what. That's more important shit. That's why I'm not upset because it's more important shit in the world. Like, you got to make sure. Imagine you hear somebody on the panel you with right now, right? You speaking to them, and then the very next day or like 2 days, you hear they're in the hospital, and then the very next day you heard they didn't make it. You gonna be worried about games, or you gonna be feeling sad? Like, I was just talking to them. Like, that's how my
The
mind is set right
industry,
now. Like, that's,
I'm being blunt with you guys, bro, and I've been hearing some people fucking talk about this. Apparently, I don't know if this is true or not. PlayStation and Xbox are actually talking to one another
Mhm.
about collectively basically saying
Delaying it.
scrap this whole year
Yeah.
and release the consoles next year.
No, that's correct. You heard correct. You
I
absolutely
think that's
correct.
a fucking
Yes.
good idea, to be
In
honest.
California. Yep.
I feel like, I mean, like Cyberpunk, Avengers, like game wise, right? You can bring those games out maybe later on, sure, man, but like console wise, there are going to be loads of people that are not going to be buying this console. Like I saw in America, you've got some fucking shit ton of people with unemployment. Like, and the thing is, both Xbox and PlayStation are leaning towards America the most to try and win those territories over when those consoles launch. They want America first, and then they go after other countries. Like, because again, that's what PlayStation did this generation, which they didn't do last generation. And then with Xbox, they did it last generation, but not this generation.
What, Chase America?
Hey,
Well, just like prioritize America and then go for the next. Because again,
Okay.
I don't know why, but they obviously look at it in the sense of not enough America or just America in general. Like they're the big market, so it's like we win that. Obviously Europe, you've got England now because we're not part of Europe. You've got Japan or Asia in this sense. Regions like where you go afterwards. Because again, they've had this point where they've released their consoles later for Asia, and even like I think with PS4 they released it in Japan like the next year.
Yeah,
Which is pretty crazy because
I think it's America
Japanese
news.
console.
I think it's the media wise because public reception seems to play a bigger factor nowadays. Because
But I think if this is true, I think it's a great idea. I think both consoles will appreciate it in the sense where if you did do that, Xbox will probably again Halo Infinite will probably be ready for launch because I don't think it's launching this. I don't think it'll be able to launch with the
I don't think they would want that. I think if we have the first Xbox to launch in March, I think that would be a good idea because we never had that before. We had a PlayStation, we have a Nintendo device. Imagine that. An Xbox releasing in March, that would be kind of cool. Like, right. But Fatal wanted to say something.
No console that I'm fucking excited for that no one is talking about. That's actually coming out there, I believe, at the end of this year.
Which one?
The new Intellivision.
Is it? I thought that was a rumor, bro.
No, it's actually happening. The website's up, the specs are out, everything.
What's the specs?
Right.
The CPU wise. That's the one I want to know.
I'll get the information for you.
Because me, I don't too care about the GPU wise because I know what systems can do based on specs.
Okay,
and if
so
you really
when
look
do
at
you
the
think
IO
we would get this collective announcement? Would it be
January
next 2 months
23rd,
or would it be in June?
June 23rd
You think
would be the smartest. Why? Because
you want to bet money, man. Y'all got some accurate dates, man.
Wait.
You
Wait,
really think it's gonna be June 23rd on the dot?
that would be smart. Why? Because that's when I think Death Stranding was supposed to come out, and Xbox don't really have anything going. That's after E3 would have been. The collective announcement that they delay it.
Come out, or at least a month.
Delay what?
Delay
Just
the
say
systems. You
delay the
guys said
systems.
that they might come out collectively and announce that they're delaying the.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I don't know when, bro, but like that would be the case.
But the 23rd is a Tuesday. That's why I'm saying it. One, because that would be after Death Stranding came out, and Xbox don't really have any gaming news. They would have been ramping up the X. I think later in June would have been smart.
It is that sense, right, where, again, when it comes to these consoles, right, Xbox want to bring that console out more than PlayStation, right? That is just facts. That's just facts.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to PlayStation, they are bringing their console out because, again, they don't want to go too late. So they're like, we're going to keep with them. But, again, like, I feel with what's happened and transpired over the years with, like, again, they're kind of communicating with one another. I can see that happening.
I do see PlayStation announcing that they're gonna delay their system way before Microsoft. I don't see them doing it collectively.
Yeah, but that's a lot of bad news. They better wait that out because collectively, Microsoft will make it seem like, like we're gonna hold it on. It's gonna be bad news for PlayStation, and Microsoft is gonna do it, and they're gonna be like, ponies are gonna be like, haha, see you made fun. It's gonna be like.
I mean, look, doing it at the same time. Okay, yeah, that's a different story, but. I don't like if Xbox announced that it was gonna delay a system before. You already know that PlayStation's gonna announce
It's
before
do it.
them.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
again, PlayStation, I feel, has less to lose because they haven't even shown us the console.
That's why people are so upset. They was like, Xbox has shown us everything, and they feel like they're more on track. But remember, from the year to start, there was always a doubt that maybe PlayStation might get delayed because there was reworking. There was a lot of rumors. I don't think it's that. I just think now is production. Remember, that was always a thing because of the tariffs.
Yeah.
And then after that, then it was the coronavirus. So there was always rumors that PlayStation was going to get delayed. So it was never like a 20 thing until Sony just said it and said it's on track.
Oops.
But now, when you think about it, it's like, okay, Microsoft might launch their shit this year just for shortages. Because remember, they said they don't plan to really sell that much.
No one's gonna buy their shit, bro.
Nah, it's not that people are not going to buy it. It's just that not going to make any.
Every move that Microsoft has made is that sense of being aggressive with the point where they want to release this console.
Okay.
Whereas PlayStation, they look at this year. And it is that sense of they don't have to, because again, they got these other games to prioritize over and other things to prioritize over, to then, afterwards, okay, now we can work on that. Like, that's why if they did collectively go, hey, listen, we're going to not be bringing out this console until next year, we don't know when, it could be fall, it could be summer, we don't know. But if they both did that, right, E3 will be back on, presumably for Xbox, right? Again, PlayStation will have a lot of time to look at their messaging, look at how they're going to distribute, like, how they're going to do things, right? Because originally they were going to do 100 events this year, but that ain't fucking happening. I mean, to be honest, them saying that was just them doing company talk, because there's no way they would have been able to attend hundreds of events.
No, they have done it before. Actually, they have done it before in 2016 when it was at a lot of packs, a lot of Japans, and little indie shirts. When they was trying to invade India, like PlayStation was trying to push PS Now via the TVs in India when they was trying to make an expansion into India. So they have been to a lot of indie conferences, hundreds of events before. But y'all don't really know about that because y'all don't really pay Sony and Microsoft attention outside of gaming, like me. So yeah, they've done it before. Trust me. So when they say hundreds, they wasn't lying because they've been to literally hundreds of events before. Them and Nintendo.
Oh, trust me, I already know that.
But I have a question though for
all
Adam.
the conferences that they go to
Right.
outside of the United States,
Yeah,
because there's only a few.
Yeah.
But there's tons that they go into South America. Trust me, I know.
But yeah, I have a question for the panel though. This collective thing. Sorry for interrupting, JT. Just one more thing. Does AMD have any more shows planned, or like online shows? Because if it was collectively, they would be the person to announce it first. AMD say like, even though we plan to do this launch and everything, like they could say like we planning to launch our RDNA GPU cards this year.
Right now, is if that's even a thought, that's an announcement that needs to happen. I'm not talking about AMD. I'm talking about what we were talking about before, Xbox and PlayStation. If it's even a thought going around the offices that you two are talking about, you and Adam, I think that they should announce it now. Don't piss off both sides of the gamers.
They got one in the end of June, one in September. They got the HPE Discover, and then they've got the Microsoft Ignite in September 21st.
What you said for June though? When?
June. Yeah, June. So June 23rd to the 25th.
What's that date I said earlier? What date?
You said June 23rd would be the night for ransom.
Yeah.
So what's going on?
I heard you, Spartan. I heard you.
No, Spartan said that if they were to collectively announce it, before we even talked about this, he said if they were to collectively announce it, they will do it at the end of June, right? Somewhere around there, whichever day he said. And I just read off that they're going to be at HPE, an event called HPE Discover at the end of June. AMD. So if they were to, like, AMD could be the trigger point of this.
Let's put it this way. Again, if it's a thought, I don't. And help me out, Adam, and help me out, Spartan. Do they talk about the developments of the hardware going forward to June if it's a thought that they're going to delay it because of the virus?
Yeah, because they think of matching the RDNA card launches with the consoles. It's probably a little bit before, like 2 months before, or probably at the same time. So I've noticed AMD kept saying like they want their cards to release in line with the consoles, but notice they haven't been talking about their next gen cards anymore. After CES this year, they haven't been talking about Big Navi and all of that. They just been talking about the consoles, like there was a delay or something. And then they was talking about their cloud RDNA architecture, which was I think RDNA 3 with the cloud processors and everything. That was supposed to come out next year. Now they're talking about that one for Stadia and like laptops, but they're not talking about their own. So I think that they might delay the consoles to next year and the graphics cards, because even Nvidia is not speaking about their next cards until AMD. So I think everything is going to get delayed.
Okay, so we got Final Fantasy coming out this Friday.
I would like to know, like, if they did do it though, like, 'cause obviously, again, like, I see a lot of PlayStation fans like say that they wouldn't mind. You know, a lot of people like are understanding about it being delayed or not console not coming out this year. I do wonder how Xbox fans will react to that, because again, they've
gonna say that they're scared. That's all. They're gonna say they're scared of the power.
Okay, I don't want to switch over to them, but like it is that sense of again, like you have these guys in the RDX podcast talking a lot about these consoles. And you see a lot of Xbox fans talking about these consoles as if like they're coming out this year, but you know, obviously, you know, I saw a lot of Xbox fans say because Phil Spencer said in this Unlocked podcast they're still on track. Do you actually think he's going to go out and say no, we're not? Oh, we're scared? No. And if he was to like again with the PlayStation 5 specs, do you think he's going to say like in any retrospect that his console is worse than than theirs? No, like that's just stupidity. Like
what? I'm confused. I said the fanboys. I didn't say the companies.
Who the fuck?
No, I was just saying, Jay. Like when he's talking about Series X, he ain't gonna come out and say our console's worse, is he? Because he's fucking a part of their company. No, I'm just saying, in general with Xbox fans, right? You know, again, I saw a lot of people.
I don't expect him coming out to say his system is better or the most powerful either, because he had multiple chances to put that statement out and he never did. He never said the Xbox Series X is the most powerful gaming console or the most powerful.
No, he said the most powerful Xbox console, but now he can actually say it's the most powerful console because it is.
But he's not saying this.
No, I agree, but he's never said it.
No.
Okay, so that means he has doubts.
Because he doesn't want to. Because me and Tal were talking about this when Ryan was telling him, asking about questions, and he was asking about questions about the past of Xbox. Like, he dealt with that shit really fucking well. Like, I'm not gonna lie, Phil Spencer dealt with that shit really well. But, like, again, it is that sense of he came clean. Like, we fucked up this generation in all these business because he knows if he was to say something else completely different, shit can bite him in the arse. Like every E3, right, when he goes into an interview and says something, either the next day or later on that day, we hear about people talking, oh, he didn't say this before, oh, he's lying, oh, this and that. It's like, yeah, he's done that numerous times. And again, he's learned from his mistakes where he's not going to do that, where he tripped.
But I'll believe it when I see it, though. I'll believe it when I see it, though.
But wait,
yeah, of course.
I had the one powerful console.
Yo, Adam, didn't they take that down? Didn't they take it off the website saying that it's the most powerful console?
No, it's still in.
No, it just says like
J-Lo.
You're talking about the X or the Series X?
The Series X.
Yeah, they say.
You're talking about the Series X? Yeah, it just says
Xbox system, but they never
Xbox console. Yeah, they're not making that same mistake twice.
Yeah.
Yo, they did. Well, they did take it down then because they can't say that it's the most powerful console. They had to take that shit down.
No, they've always been saying Series X has always been like their most powerful Xbox console.
It's the most powerful Xbox console.
They never said it, J-Love. They never said
that.
They never said it, buddy. They never said it.
Only with the Xbox One.
They're saying that is
they never said it. They can't.
Yeah, the only thing they're saying is the Series X is the fastest and most powerful Xbox console.
Yes, it says it right here. The new Series Xbox Series X.
They never said the most powerful next generation console.
Yeah, they never.
But why wouldn't they though? When it actually is technically. Look, it says
they're not making that same mistake twice, dude. They're not going to make that same mistake twice with the Xbox
I'm not
One
saying
X.
they shouldn't. But if you're not 100% sure, obviously you're not going to say it. They weren't 100% sure. And they're still not sure.
But right now on their website, it says the most powerful console ever. Xbox Series X is our most powerful console ever.
Yeah, exactly.
Again,
Their
our
console, not
Our
the most
being a big
powerful
word
console
there.
in the
but
world.
they are the most powerful console in the world, though. What
Why
if,
would
Yeah, but I
they say
mean,
that?
look at the backlash though, Spartan, they received when they
Right.
did say that and they made that notion about the Xbox One X. They ain't
but it
going through that shit
was.
again,
They were,
dude.
they
They
were
ain't going.
correct.
It
Well, I
was,
know
but
they
it didn't
were, but I'm
matter.
saying, but at the same time, it's like when you see all the negativity surrounding that phrase that system got,
Yep.
they're
I
not doing
know
that again.
why.
They're not doing it again.
I know why, guys. Because with the Xbox One X, everything was faster. They had more RAM. They had faster bandwidth. They had higher GPU clocks. They had more compute units. Even though it was 4 more, it was clock high as well. Everything was better. With the PS5, the
Just the
SSD,
CPU sucked.
look, right. The SSD is faster, and they have ways. The IO is better. Like it's literally over twice, like over 5 times the processing data speed of the Xbox. So they can't say the most fastest. They could just say powerful. Or if the PS5 has an advantage in some way, I think that's why they don't want to say it.
Exactly. And they
That's
know.
why.
That's what I'm saying, Spartan.
Hey,
They know.
Spartan.
They've known the specs of the PS5 for what?
Why for the
Close.
longest, I
Yeah,
think.
exactly. So they could have been put the statement out, but they don't want to because they're not 100% sure. Again, what are the two companies relying on the most? Third party. If the third party developers are a lot able to squeeze more power out of the PS5 and make games look better or run better than the Xbox Series X, that statement goes down the drain. You don't want to look like an idiot again.
Right. But Fader, what you were
Yeah.
saying? You said,
So what was the thing you wanted me to tell you about this fucking television spec shit again?
where's the website? What is it? Like, so I can check it.
Intellivision, amico.com. I'm looking at the specs right now. You said something about the CPU, right? Because you didn't give a fuck about the GPU, right?
Yeah.
No, the CPU is 8 core, 1.8.
1.8?
1.8 8 core, yeah. With 2 gigabytes of RAM and 60 gigabytes of flash.
What the fuck? Hold the fuck up. 1.8 gigahertz?
And the controller itself has a dedicated CPU and an onboard memory unit as well.
How fucking much is this shit? Hold up.
Pre-orders right now, it's like fucking $250.
Hold up. They have 1.8 gigahertz fucking CPU in 2020? What the fuck is that gonna do? And 16 gig of flash.
It's an Intellivision. What the fuck do you expect it to do?
But
Like fucking 30 teraflops?
I'm gonna be honest with you. CPU, if y'all noticed, for all the speculation, y'all will see me in chats and said, I just wanted to know the CPU of these next gen consoles. The reason why is I knew they were gonna have SSD. I knew they was gonna have high
not really an
bandwidth.
next gen console per se.
No, I'm just saying.
Imagining of it.
The CPU is the brain, right? CPU doesn't require that much. Actually, nowadays, a lot of things that were CPU tasks back in the days is now GPU tasks. Like ray tracing could have been a CPU task in the past. It was programmed to the cell BE chip, but it's GPU wise now. So that means to me, the CPU gonna have a lot of room to breathe right now, and that SSD, that IO, all of that shit is gonna run free. Watch. That's why I just wanted to know the CPU.
Keep in mind, like the reason why like it is what it is because like a lot of like every game that's going to be on television outside from Earthworm Jim 3 coming out is just remakes of original Intellivision games and shit like that.
When that SpongeBob game supposed to come out, like I ain't forget about that shit.
Hopefully, fucking soon, dude. Hopefully soon.
It was supposed to come out today, I believe.
Yeah, because one day I think it was yesterday or like Friday, right? I'm like, hold the fuck up, wait a minute. I just was thinking, I saw SpongeBob on TV. I'm like, wait a minute. I didn't forget about that shit. Where the fuck is that game at?
Yeah, Battle for Bikini
Did you guys see the collector's edition?
Dude.
No.
It's like a $300 collector's edition for SpongeBob SquarePants.
Jesus Christ.
Nickelodeon out here wilding, bro. Like,
what's it coming out for, Snow Bunny? For which one? What system?
All consoles.
I think it's coming out for all consoles.
Is it coming for Switch?
Yeah.
The Switch is not a console to me.
Well, whatever.
Damn you, Spartan!
Because she said all consoles.
Man, your hate for Nintendo runs so deep.
No, it's not hate. It's just to me, it's not a console.
Criticism is a better word to use.
Oh, no, it's not. It's not a console to me, based off its CPU, like how they are. It's not a console.
Well, I mean,
It's a
I get
handheld.
that
Even
part.
Nintendo sees it as a handheld.
Well, no, it is a handheld now. Yeah, obviously.
Like for example, the Wii U was a console, right? But the controller itself was a handheld that has processing power in it. That was literally almost the power
The range is what
of
killed
the
that
Xbox
potential.
360. Yeah, right. Like literally,
Yeah, the range killed that.
the Wii U controller had the range problems as the Xbox 360 controller. But
They were saying at one point it had a May release date, but it looked like it's been pushed back. They're saying, like on GameStop's
oh,
website, it's saying 12/31/2020, which is a placeholder.
that's some bullshit because God of War
Yeah.
had that shit one time in 2017. Remember that? December 31st, and then it came out on 420 in 2018. I don't believe that.
Yeah, but it had, but yeah, there's a couple different collector's editions for it. There is a 299 collector's edition for it and 149.99 collector's edition for it, and it's coming out for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Nintendo
What
Switch.
game is that?
But
SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated.
Well, I've been playing that game on Dreams, so.
Yeah, speaking of that,
Shut up, JTAC. He ain't playing
No,
shit.
it allows you to go to the inside the Krusty Krabs, inside his house. You got the little boat that's a car that he can ride around.
It ain't the same shit.
There's fucking fish people walking around. It's enough
And
for
if you
me.
want the standard edition is $29.99 across all platforms.
oh,
are you gonna
wow,
buy it, Bunny? You
that's
getting
a
it?
lot.
Hell no.
Why not?
I'm not into SpongeBob SquarePants.
Yeah, I'm
I never
surprised
have been.
Nintendo ain't try to use that.
Snow Bunny.
I'm surprised Nintendo ain't try to add that fool to Super Smash Bros.
I agree.
Because they've
I
done with
mean,
Disney in the past.
well,
Like
THQ Nordic is who owns the game, so
THQ, bro. I'm gonna tell y'all that's gonna be a company to fear at one point. Like you see Epic
yeah.
Games going with third party. The moment THQ link up with Tencent, bro, I'm telling y'all, all y'all favorite games.
I can't wait.
Just,
Can't wait for that.
woo. But I'm just waiting. But I still ain't forget about that shit about the new Saints Row that they talk about. I didn't forget about that shit from last year. They better get updates on that too. See, I don't forget shit when it comes to games, bro. Like they gotta bring that game out, Saints Row.
Oh yeah. Bro, look, all I'm gonna say, Saints Row 2 was the best to me. I don't know if anybody else feel that
To
way.
everybody.
It
Only
was
a few
like,
pick
bro, I didn't like the direction they went with 3. I tolerated it.
Come on,
I
bro.
didn't get 4 until years later on a PS4 because it wasn't my cup of tea. I don't know. I think I got it on a sale or something. But part 2, bro, it was so fucking good. It was so good, man.
It really was,
There was
man.
so many buildings you could go in with no loading screens. It was something that Grand Theft Auto was not fucking doing.
Yes.
It was
Yo,
colleges, universities, all types of
right?
stores.
That hotel, you could go upstairs and
Exactly,
jump
bro.
off. God,
I
I'm like,
loved it, bro. A lot of customizations early on, real good customizations before a Grand Theft Auto 5 did it. On the cars, the customization on the cars, bro.
yes,
It
the
was
hydraulics and all
the
that shit.
2-player co-op was really good.
that was
I
in
wish
San
it was
Andreas, but
4-player, but I mean, it was fucking good, man. Such a good game.
there's always been beef for which game was better, Saints Row 2 or GTA 4, because they came out the same year. I'm be honest with you.
I know. I remember that beef, and
I
I never
prefer
understood
Saints Row
it.
2 just because
I
of the
think
comedic factor, and it feels like old
yeah.
school Grand Theft Auto in a
I
small different
traded
way.
in Grand Theft Auto 4
That's
so
what
many
we thought. Only
times.
got good if you modded it.
Yeah, that's the only way you
Yeah.
can do it.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
played it
Vice
on
City is still my
PC.
personal favorite, but I mean, and San Andreas is still fucking amazing. But four was okay. 5 is dog shit.
No, Vice City needs to make a return. I'll be honest with you. That better be
Agreed.
like 6. But
Agreed.
think they should have remastered Vice City.
No,
like,
remake it.
Remade them.
Remake it. Yes.
Imagine that with the ability to fucking swim in Vice City.
Yeah.
Imagine that. GTA Vice City Miami. You see, y'all played Battlefield Hardline, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Y'all remember that map where they had the swamp with the crocodiles in there? I mean, alligators.
Yeah. I remember.
Imagine that in Vice City, remade all together. like with Little Haiti, Little Havana, and all them sides, the swamp areas. Imagine that.
Mhm.
That would be brilliant.
Yo, and they can also like they can even like do like a remake to San Andreas, right? And like put in a lot of like those fucking like all those like those fan things about like Bigfoot's in the game, but he actually wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like they can placate off of that.
They could put that as DLC, right?
Yeah,
Regular.
hell yeah.
No, like not even online, like the regular game they could do. But they scrapped all of that single player shit. I've noticed. And went for online
they made
because
so
of
much
Take
money
Two.
online. They're like, fuck it.
Take Two is really fucking over Rockstar. Rockstar is going with it. Like I don't know why. Like, but yeah, like not to get off topic. I think Saints Row, THQ Nordic, by the way, going to be a huge company to look out for as a third party publisher.
They own Spartan. They own the rights now to fucking create Time Splitters now. Dude.
Yeah, I was just about to say.
Yes, sir.
Remember, yeah.
Yes, sir. When I read that, bro, I fucking was super fucking excited to hear that, dude. I was like, yo, if they can bring back Time Splitters and make it like old school, bro, fuck, man. THQ, man, I might fall back in love with you again.
It's been too long since we got a fucking a Time Splitters game, man. Too fucking long.
Yeah, that's a fact. But then, like, did you have them have the rights to Saints Row? It's like, okay. But another thing, not to bring up Xbox, but they dumb as fuck, and they should have locked down Saints Row as theirs.
Look, bro. When Part 2 came to PS4 or PS3, I was capping for PS3 real hard last gen. I still wanted Part 1 because I did play Part 1 over my cousin's house when he got it.
They could come. Microsoft doesn't own that publisher rights.
Exactly. But for whatever reason, they don't want to port Part 1, and they haven't did a remaster or a port for Part 2, which is the best one in the series. They keep doing remasters for the third and fourth installment, but they won't do one for Part 2, bro. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, Part 1 deserves a remaster, like on all platforms, dude. Like that game did some fucking that game did some hilarious shit, dude. Walk out of a fucking store with a bag of crack.
Yeah, but you know, the only other thing that they might, only other reason why they might not do it is because everybody's so sensitive nowadays about all types of
fuck those people, man.
And shit.
That's why, yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's why we can't get like fucking like crude humor and dark humor in games anymore. People get overly sensitive, man. Fuck out of here, bro.
Johnny Gage is a ruthless bastard.
Bro, that dude's a legend, bro.
Yeah, man.
Fucking legend.
Yeah.
You know, the one game I had to play because he was in it, it was Get Out of Hell, and I did platinum that. I'll
stop playing. I'll stop playing that shit. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not even gonna lie.
Oh no, it was. I remember it was summertime, and it wasn't like recent summer. It was years ago. I platinumed that, and I don't know. I guess I got bored. It was in a lot of other games, and I just said, hey, let me just play the fuck out. I don't feel like I enjoyed a lot of myself. I did like the sci-fi aspect, and it kind of fit because he was in hell and shit with all the different abilities. But I don't know who was in charge of the transformation between Saints Row 2 and Saints Row 3 and Part 4.
Volition was.
Who?
Deep Silver Volition. They was trying to keep up with the graphics of GTA 4, but then they had the budget.
Yes.
So most of their characters look like squared, fake characters.
Yeah, I know.
And it was all shiny and shit.
Saints Row the Third, man. I really enjoyed that one quite a bit.
Bro. I figured it was something about the budget. I knew that. I figured it was.
Because they cut
Saints Row the Third, I really,
you know how much
like that
money
game
they made on Saints Row 2? They had online. They made money with that game.
Yeah, they made
like
bank on
GTA money, but like, you know. But yeah, when GTA, you see the swimming aspect, this spawn to short when you press triangle on Saints Row. That aspect, people made fun of them of because there was something that came from San Andreas, the spawn right to the thing. So they took that out, and then they put it back in at the last minute. So a lot of the aspects, they couldn't get swimming right in Saints Row. You couldn't go under the water. Like they never was able to get that right. Like how
they could now if they remake it.
But like if they remake it, they could. Like you can't go under the water. GTA 4 had online, and it took a while to patches and everything, but like it turned out pretty good. The races, the hunting down each other, the survival aspect. That was something Saints Row 2 had that GTA San Andreas had as well. So like a lot of things they couldn't get right in Saints Row 2 2, they didn't get able to do Saints Row the Third, and then they was being rushed because THQ was going out of business at that time, and they were selling it off. So when Saints Row 4 came out, that was like a rush project. That's why it's the same city, the same cars. They just added, the ability.
Saints Row 4 was dog shit, and I was really
That was
disappointed
horrible.
with that
But
game.
when I first played
It had some cool moments, though. It had some hilarious moments, but
like what?
I mean, well, the part like when you get transferred back to like way back into like the '60s and shit like that.
Oh, you mean when you wave and do
that part was kind of funny. That part was all right. But the rest of the game was fucking.
Saints Row 3 and 4 about those, about
3 I like though. 3 I really fucking like. Before
the little boots. The thing with the boots, Oleg and all of them, but like the characters feel so fake, and you feel like you have freedom no more. Like, I think they tried to make it too real because like Saints Row 2 felt like a game. Saints Row 3 felt like you was watching a movie of a gang known as the Saints. They even said in the game that they sold their rights to be famous and all that. Like, no, motherfucker, you're a gang. You're supposed to be wanted. You're famous now.
I hated that, bro. Like, and what was funny is, y'all remember that cinematic trailer where they introduced us to, the new Saints for Part 3? Mm-hmm. And you was like, oh, man, maybe it's going to look even better than last time, and it looked cartoony. Yeah. I never got over that. Did I buy? I think I bought Part 3, and I think I platinum Part 3. But let me put it this way.
I platinum Part 3 on the PS3, yeah.
Yeah, let me put it this way. It was enjoyable, but I know that's not the Saints that I wanted for the third installment. That was not.
I wouldn't even go as far as to sit there and say that it was realistic. I mean, you fucking you walk around with a fucking dildo bat, man.
Yes. There you go.
The game was over the top comedic, and that to me is what makes fucking Saints Row Saints Row. I mean, I get your part, Spartan. I get your part. That makes sense.
I remember
in
Part 2 there was like an underground mall, and there was like underground trains systems. You could it was a lot of places you could go in Part 2.
Yeah, when you was going for the Brotherhood Marrow and everything, police was down there, bums, homeless people,
exactly.
Like bro, like. And then
getting inside of an actual shit tank and spraying all over people.
Like the septic truck missions. It was like,
the septic truck tanks. Yeah,
you could do almost fucking everything. You could do fuzz and you could be police, and police. Like
Spartan. I remember the first time like I played that game. And you're driving around, and then that song fucking "Take on Me" came on by Aha, and your character starts singing that song. That shit blew my fucking mind, bro.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, bro. Usually,
I ain't gonna lie. The radio was really good. And
the soundtrack in that game was killer, dude.
Bro. Yeah. Oh my, you know what, bro? I still got PlayStation now, bro. And I'm not gonna lie, I had no stutter problems, no nothing when I was playing it. Of course, the game does look dated. But I think I might go back and play that shit, bro.
That's the only reason I got PS now. Saints Row 2. That was the only game.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, they should remaster that, man. Bro. They remaster that, dude. I'm buying it again, dude. That game was so good.
Bro, what's funny
I got
is,
PS4
do they understand how much money they could have made if they just remastered Part 2? You didn't have to remaster the others. Just remaster.
But they didn't have the license. They didn't have the license at first.
Oh, do it have
remember because THQ went out of business, and then Nordic came back as THQ. Now that they have the rights, Deep Silver was working on Ages of Mayhem and other various indie games, so they didn't have the right to make the games. So now they have a budget right now, but they're trying to decide the story, the characters, because they don't know what to do. Because fans saying they want a remake, a reboot,
Look,
then they
bro,
saying
I think they just should go back to the roots. But before you do that, while you're doing that, hurry up, remaster Part 2, make that money.
Agreed. Yes, because I'll buy it. I'll buy it in a snap of the fucking finger, dude. I'll buy it in a fucking snap of the finger.
Because you could take as long as you want to figure out what you want to do next, but remaster Part 2, bro. Keep this 2-player co-op. And I guarantee you will have more money than you know what to fucking do with.
Yo, I'm still fucking pissed at Deep Silver, man.
Code aspect. And remember, this was the PS3 360 generation, and they had so many good cheat codes that on the next Saints Row,
raiding pedestrians.
Yeah,
bro. Golden. When I first see the nigga said I could squish you, bro. When I was fucking gigantic, bro, I was weak. I'm like, yo, the police can't kill me.
Yo,
was
that
in the
game was
midst of
over the top fun. That's a fucking video game in its purest form, man. In Saints
my
Row,
favorite
bro.
weapon in Saints Row 2 was the AR-50 with the grenade launcher. You know how
Yes!
many times I would spam the R1 button because just
Yo, you're bringing back
boom,
some
boom,
fucking
boom, boom.
hilarious memories there, fucking
Yo,
Spartan. Stop it.
police can never kill me. Like I
You know
really
what I
had the
love,
infinite,
Spartan? The
unlimited clip,
different
never
bases,
die.
bro. Like they had
Yeah.
different bases that you could be like. One was underground, the other one was somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
It was such a good story.
Oh, the cribs, yeah.
The cribs was such a good portion of the story, and it's like it's just, bro. It gave the game so much identity. I hate it when people compared it to Grand Theft
The
Auto.
driving though was the weakest part about that game, but I mean they actually made it better in 3. But like that's what I'm saying. If they can remake 2
Yeah.
and put the driving from 3 in 2, but keep 2 everything else the same, just remake it with graphical fidelity wise, perfect.
That's all they gotta do, man.
Don't remake it.
Even GTA had shit fucking driving mechanics.
Don't do it.
Shut up,
But yeah,
fucking
look,
yellow. You know you love Saints Row. Shut
Don't-
that shit.
don't-
be honest with you, that's a good idea.
don't
Look at
remake-
what happened to Capcom, bro.
I
They
know,
went
bro.
from being
They
bankrupt.
actually
Speaking of
made a
Capcom,
comeback
I'm
because
disappointed in Capcom, Spartan.
What, Resident Evil 3?
Oh god.
Yeah.
Don't remake Resident Evil 4. Don't fucking do it.
No, dude. Okay, so I said, okay, hold
Capcom,
on. I said this to Adam last night, and I said, what if they're not making a remake to 4, but rather remaking fucking the first game, because that way the first game will be in a third-person perspective, and then all 3 of them will be finally done that way.
I believe
4's
it.
already done that way. You don't gotta touch that shit. Leave it alone.
Well, I mean, the thing is I'm looking at what they released on the Switch. I don't think they're going to remake 4, 5, or 6 because, like I said, the Switch got
Yeah, they just released it.
all the
Yeah.
games except for 2 and 3. So I'm thinking 2 and 3 may eventually come to the Switch because why release 0, 1, 4, 5, and 6?
Well, they're easy cash grabs.
3's already been kind of confirmed that it's coming to fucking Switch because there was a couple of documents that got leaked through somebody taking it apart, and it was Switch on RE3. I don't know.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. There's no sense in bringing 0, 1, 4, 5, and 6 if you're not going to bring 2 and 3. Even if it was the old versions.
Yeah, I think they need to remaster.
I'm very
They need to
disappointed
do
in
a
Capcom,
remake to
Spartan.
5 and do a remake to 7 also. Do a remake.
No! What the fuck?
I also need to do a remake to...
Shut your mouth, Jay!
And while you're at
Only thing I would say about 7 if they did do a remake is make it in third person and first person view because I can play all the others except for 7.
Exactly.
So it's
look, Snow Bunny, I think they need to remake 8. They need to remake 8 while they're at it. Just
remake. They need to make 8 while they're at
They
it.
need to remake it, yeah.
Instead of all these damn
but,
remakes, make 8.
But Spartan fucking like man,
Spartan, how you feel about boxing,
Capcom,
bro?
Dude, why?
How you feel about boxing video games and Def Jam?
When I tell you, I used to play Def Jam when I had GameCube because I had my own. It was at my homie K1 crib. I had a PS2. I used to play Fight for New York, D-Mob, and all that. And then Vendetta came out, and then you had the boxing game. I think that we need that back, but since sports games are too microtransactions, because so sports players act like they divas now, they want money.
Man. If you did a Def Jam once every generation, I think it could work. So what you would do
Agreed.
is be putting rappers and musicians in the Def Jam games.
As long as they don't put Lil Pump and fucking
you would put a good amount of those guys or the highest tier.
Eminem in there. Eminem put Eminem in that shit, dude, man. Fuck.
I would love to every one of them would have to have the icons like Hulk Hogan and shit like that in wrestling. Well, you would have to have Biggie. You would always have to have Tupac. You would have to have Ice-T and Snoop Dogg always would be in those games. But there's so many shit rappers now that I think that the only way that they should be included is if they buy their fucking membership to be included in the game. But they shouldn't get added for free. I'm being honest. Like,
Def Jam, fucking, I think it was Def Jam Vendetta.
DLC.
Whatever the one that had Sean Paul in. I think it was Vendetta or Fight. fucking that man. I played that game fucking for so many hours, just beating the fuck out of
But
Sean
you got
Paul
to
because I
customize
can't
your own
stand,
character, bro.
I can't stand that fucker's voice, man.
Bro, yo, you're not alone. We Jamaicans don't rate him either no more.
Who?
Like,
Sean Paul?
bro, like, because
Yeah,
he was the
yeah,
hot
he
topic when that
hosts.
game came out.
He
People were
hosts
still
the
living his songs, man. I was like, how can you listen to that? Well, what the fuck are you saying, bro?
That's another
Fuck out of
Americans.
here.
I can understand him, obviously, like
Barbershop
everything he
music.
says.
There's only one
Exactly,
song he
Boca.
has out I
Exactly.
like.
Which one?
So that shit is.
Temperature. That's it.
The
Temperature.
temperature of my
Oh,
PS5.
okay.
By the way, Fatal, I just I
You're
don't know
like
if you
a
know
really
today, but apparently
terrible.
with 8
Keep
getting
you
plus again.
on. Temperature.
Wait, tell me, what'd you say?
Apparently, Resident Evil 1 new leaks suggest that Resident Evil 8 was going to be first person and heading, and like we said, it was going to.
Oh no, yeah, no, I read that shit. It was gonna be first person, and it's supposed to be like the biggest departure the series has seen yet.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking dandy!
I'm gonna tell y'all this too. The more people gamble with money and require more money, the more the gaming industry will suffer because a lot of things wasn't gaming before, music and sports, right? The cost of licensing for most of these games are getting too damn high. For example, you see the PS2 games on PS4, the GTA trilogy. Most of the original soundtracks aren't in them because of licensing. Like Billie Jean is not in there.
Yeah.
The Human League, Fascination, that's was added into there afterwards, like as an update. But when you ask me about Def Jam and all that, Def Jam is not around really, really big. So it might be Rock Nation, I think.
I mean, the last one they made was Icon, but that game was really,
that shit
really
was
shitty.
garbage,
Yeah.
bro. Like,
Yo, imagine if they did like the opposite of Def Jam, where it's like all metal bands and shit.
but that would
Illegal.
suck.
That's
Yeah, that'd be
illegal
illegal.
idea.
That wouldn't
I
suck.
don't want to hear
That
that.
wouldn't suck. That'd be awesome.
No.
That'd be pretty cool because you have a
Thank
whole
you, Snow
bunch
Bunny.
of fucking.
Thank you,
You have
Snow
a whole
Bunny.
bunch of
Don't
fucking
agree with
battle
that.
royales and shit
But
with rage bands and shit.
you know how much it would cost?
Beyonce, come
It
on.
costs a lot.
They're like people like it was back then. It was cheaper to make games because even though it was their likeness and he looked exactly like them.
There was
Now,
another game that got taken off the market, right? Okay, you remember this game called Jump Force?
yes,
Yep.
The
of
game
course.
before it, the one that I still have downloaded, it's called J-Star Victory Versus. There were so many anime characters in that fucking game, bro. When the licenses ran up for, I think, a couple, they took it off the market. They took
Yeah,
it off
Raccoon
the
it
store.
was, buddy.
They stopped selling physicals. It was only on PlayStation systems, PSP, PS3, PS4. They took it off. Because, it was so many. And some of them was old Shaman Jump characters, bro. Like some pretty old characters that don't even make animes or anything no more. Bro,
Can't believe he just asked
that
his
is a
Vino with
problem.
him
That's
for.
obviously a problem, man. That's obviously a problem. I think.
Hey, what does this thank God for Canada's trending on Twitter?
If you got like Grand Theft Auto, the next generation, well, you have to have some sort of a contract with not Stadia. Why I say Stadia? What's that that music app that they try to get us to sign up for?
Spotify.
Spotify.
I said Stadia. Spotify. They need to have a contract with Spotify so you can have the music stream the Grand Theft Auto when you play it. Because other than that, or let us just obviously play our own music off our PS4 or Xbox. But other than that, bro, we're always gonna deal with that problem, like copyrighted music. How long are you gonna keep this game running?
Yeah,
bro. Grand Theft Auto is one of those games that's running for a long time, but I don't even listen to the radio no more.
Sucks, bro. Like I'll turn it off and I'll play my own music off my phone, like on my speaker. But another thing is that Jay, you got to think about in modern times, a lot of people like to stream to YouTube, Twitch, and you will have, even if it's your music that you're playing via Spotify, you're still gonna get trademarked and copyrighted.
You're fucking right.
So when they have the contract, no big deal. But remember, if the game company has a contract with Spotify, but YouTube does not, they're going to copyright and they're going to probably ban your channel. Because remember, YouTube and Spotify are kind of enemies because Google Music, you have YouTube Music as a service, so that's a competitor. But you got to see a lot of these factors. You got to come in. You got to think about, okay, people stream their games. people like to share the games like on Facebook too when they take screenshots the share button. Devs and publishers have to think about that. So they're like, okay, I'll have to pay this much for the game, and if they have to do this, we have to pay for licensing. It's gonna cost how much I'm gonna rent it for because they're renting the rights to have the music. They're gonna think, okay, and after this, if servers go down, I gotta pay for servers, and if they go down, the music is gonna. They have to think about all of that. So those type of games, the boxing games, the Def Jam games, I think those are never gonna come back because they're gonna cost too much. So yeah, we're gonna lose that.
But it could be the same thing about boxing, because
Boxing is not
Floyd
coming back.
Mayweather probably won a lot of money for himself to be added in any of them games.
He wanted to be added, but the price he asked for was only 25 million. 25 million, not even 100 million, 25, and they didn't want to. EA didn't want to pay him because they felt like that was during a Pacquiao fight. They was going to do another fight night, but they felt like I know people wouldn't buy the game because they want.
No, fight night needs to come the fuck back. You fucking.
They're not going to do it because they feel like the boxing genre itself is just Floyd Mayweather, and they feel like if they ask him now, he's definitely going to ask for like 100 million, 150.
He doesn't need the fucking money anyway, man.
But you can fucking bring in like older boxers if you get the permissions and shit like that for their likeness and whatever the case may be.
Mike Tyson, they know it costs money. Like Mike
Holyfield, Lennox Lewis, like all that good shit. Yeah, man, Muhammad Ali.
But what's Mike Tyson saying? Mike Tyson had alluded to something talking about fight night and they were talking about Nintendo, talking about they need to bring Fight Night back. And he was like, what's Fight Night without me or something? There were rumors circulating a few months ago about that.
Since nobody paid attention, what happened is money happened. Basically, EA was like, just the same thing happened with Skate. EA was thinking to do a remasters of games that they think is going to make money, like old Star Wars games. They wanted to make Knights of the Old Republic. That rumor was correct, so Xbox users were telling the truth. But they scrapped that because they felt like they didn't have what the fuck did they name BioWare to make it. So because they were working on Anthem, so that got scrapped. And Fight Night, they don't have nobody. They have nobody to make Fight Night because all the people work on shooters. The only people who I think can make a decent game under EA is Respawn, and they make first-person shooters, and they're the greatest at that.
But who does the UFC fight games?
I forgot the fucking name. EA Sports, right? They can't make the boxing games, bro. They're terrible with motion capture.
You damn right they are.
Like they would have to use a brand new engine to deal with boxing because when UFC players, when UFC first came out, right, when they had like Brock Lesnar around, the motion capture was subpar. So the characters didn't really look good, and the footwork was trash.
It didn't look good at all. It looked like garbage.
But now they will have to make a whole new engine, which would cost money. And then they will have to know which system they're going to develop for. Then they have to get the licenses for the fighters in the game. Then they have to pay money for that. Then they have to travel to actually scan them. Actual in-ring combat. They will have to scan them, punching, dodging, and all of that. That would cost a lot of money to do. With UFC, you can copy and paste because they already know your moveset. Boxers change every day. Most fighters don't change their style. That's why you see them say southpaw and all of that shit like Conor McGregor. It was easy to make him a UFC because his style is literally southpaw to the T. They were just able to, scan him and add him to the game.
Moves. Yeah, right. Tweak a few moves. Yeah,
like his content, when he walks around the ring, they added that after the game came out. I'm like, it's simple, but yeah, we're never going to get those games again because it could cost too much. And to be honest with you, when devs tell you certain things, we will be like, oh, the devs just being lazy, they're lying. Most of the time, EA be telling you the truth, but they don't want to say the actual truth. Like, okay, this game is going to cost too much because, they're worth a lot of money. So you would think like, oh, EA just being cheap. No, they're going to spend as much money that they're not going to get a return off. And I think they know that, so they don't bother making Skate, the Fight Night games, all of that, Def Jam. They're not going to make those games no more. They're not going to make no money back because gamers are fickle. One time they claim they want something, and then it can be the next day or hours later. I don't like it. Like for example, They claimed they didn't want Star Wars Battlefront 2, which came out 2017, I believe, because of the thing about that. It sold 9 million. And then they made a game that was a single player. It also sold 9 million. So I don't think they know what gamers want nowadays. So I think they rather just stay in their comfort zone.
Both of them?
Both of them, yes. No. Star Wars Battlefront 2 is over 9 million now. I think I'm talking about the Jedi shit. I believe that's 7 or 9 million at this point.
Damn, I didn't know that was a low number for them.
No, it's not a low number for them. It's just that it's a single player game and it's third party, so it kind of splits with distributors and everything. Sony, Microsoft, PC storefront, so they don't make as much money as they used to. Because it's ways to make money and put out games now. So when you put games, like remember back in the days, it was just PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo. There was just the disc, not really nothing online until.
And a thing called Passion.
And a thing called Passion.
Passion
and
projects, yeah, I remember.
Right, those. And another thing
Shut
they
the
had
fuck up, J-Tech.
back then. You know what else they had back then?
Dick.
Time. They had time to make them.
Yes, sir.
They don't have time no more. Everybody wants something right now. Like you can put out a great game. Game I finish it, done. Next, give me something else. I'm like, imagine how devs feel. You shouldn't give a fuck because you're the gamer, but like they're rushing to have to put out games. First off,
It takes you fucking years to make a game where you can play them in like a week or a month.
Right, like it takes a while to make the game, but it don't take a while for you to beat the game. And I think that's another thing that's hurting the industry. So those kind of games, yeah, I don't think we get it again. Now,
well, look at RE3 remake, dude. That game was fucking a year after the fucking remake too.
Rimmed out like how many days, huh?
Just like the original. One. That game came out a year after Resident Evil 2 dropped, but during the PS1 era, dude, as well.
How long it took you to beat that game and platinum it? Like 2 days?
13 hours. My total playtime.
13 hours? You for real?
Yes, sir. Yeah, for real.
And he was beating every mode.
I can post a screenshot if you like.
Nah, I believe you.
Hey,
no, he's not
just throwing that out there. Dude, put it this way. Fucking Adam here was playing it last night, right? And I was like, and I just started over. Like, when doing I think I was on my fourth playthrough at the time. I went through it and beat it. I zoomed past where the fuck he was. And he was right at the end. And I zoomed past him.
I was taking my time, bro, reading shit, doing my bits and bobs, and here this motherfucker just jackknifed there. I went, what the fuck?
Yeah, I told him, I said I was on the last part. He's like, wait, because he was at the hospital. And he's like, you're already past the hospital part? I'm like, yeah. What the fuck, dude? I was like, yeah, sorry, dude.
This is what I mean about the Resident Evil, bro. Resident Evil 3 was supposed to fucking come out. The thing is, I think they should not even fucking they should have made that bloody Resident Evil Resistance fucking game. There's no point of it.
They should never made that. They should never made that.
Resident Evil 3 coming with Resident Evil 2 was because of that. You wanted to bring, again, Resident Evil Resistance wouldn't have fucking sold on its own. So, okay, let's put Resident Evil 3 with it. It's like, okay, cool. If that was me, fuck that game.
And yet it's a standalone download, too, on top of that when you purchase fucking Resident Evil 3.
Like,
it's not even incorporated in the game.
I'm not playing that game, Phil. I'm just not. I play Resident Evil 3, that's it. I'm good. They should have just brought those two out at the same time, man. Do a bundle, man. Just fucking, ugh.
Like 3, don't get me wrong, like 3 has some like I like the remake a lot, but I don't like it's nowhere near as good as last year's remake, and it's nowhere near as good as the original. There's too much stuff fucking taken out. Like all the key areas are there, they're just extremely limited now. Like the clock tower's in the game, but you can't go inside the clock tower. Like that whole entire fucking area of the clock tower is completely gone.
Oh yeah.
They combined the park and the clock tower into one fucking map in a boss fight, and that's it. And you move on from that part.
I do have one question for y'all who's played it. Is it only me, or does it seem like that Alice now? I mean, not Alice, but Jill Valentine looks like Alice from the movies?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, she does. Yes, she does. From the side. From the side, she does, but not in the front.
Is it me, or the Snow Bunny voice gets sexier every time I hear her?
I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, bro.
Whose voice?
Snow Bunny.
No, I know part 2 did their fucking steal. I know that. But like I'm talking about like to the extent like 3 should have definitely been a little bit longer per se. I get that part, but I mean 3 Nemesis wasn't even that long to begin with, anyways. Like that's what I'm saying. Like, you gotta remember, you have to remember too as well. Like 2 was split into 2 like campaigns, right? Like I dug up my old fucking screenshot that I fucking posted like the same day the game came out with my first playthrough for Leon, and it was like fucking 3.5 hours. Claire was the same thing. So you know what I mean? Like whereas this one here is just one full on fucking campaign. It's not split into 2.
Yeah, they needed to what's it called again? I feel like they needed to with this one. I don't know. I feel like they didn't take as much time as they did with the 2. Because, like, I mean, I understand that, like...
Well, they outsourced it.
The original Resident Evil 3 was never good anyway. Like, it was, like, 1, 2 were good games, 4 was good, 3 was, like, the lower benchmark, right? Did a couple of things that were different from, like, the other games, but theoretically, no one really said, like...
You're out of your mind. Resident Evil 3 was not the lower benchmark.
But I thought Resident Evil 3 was rushed out because they wanted to follow the hype of Resident Evil 2. It wasn't even a complete game.
It was the same. It was the exact same situation too, as well. Back when the game originally came out on the PS1, because the thing is, you can go back and play the original one now. If you watch that opening cutscene, right, they actually left the title of Last Escape in there, but it's not on the actual title on the American version, only on the Japanese one. They didn't even have time to correct the fucking opening video.
I just feel like they did that while so many saying they wanted to ride the fucking wave of Resident Evil 2, but then again, this game was supposed to come out with Resident Evil 2.
We're in quarantine, so if you're not getting booty pics, you're a loser.
Yeah, I mean, it's like...
What? Like, the lack of costumes is fucking... I don't know, man. Such a massive letdown. That's one of the things. That's one of the things, Spartan, that bothered me about the 3 remake, dude. Like, there's only okay. If you didn't pre-order the game,
some chick said we're in quarantine, so if you're not getting booty pics, you're a loser.
Oh. Yeah, still, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, the time doesn't bother me. The time doesn't bother me with Resident Evil 3.
That's a different discussion to talk about. Every female out here trying to make money now, bro. Like, because of people in the quarantine, and ain't nobody can get out and like date and shit. Everybody, hey, bro, females that never had an OnlyFans, they have OnlyFans now, bro. Like that.
Bro, so y'all gonna subscribe to mine though? I'm in the top 26%.
No, I'm not gonna subscribe to your OnlyFans, Sparge. What the fuck, bro?
Motherfucker crazy, bro.
But I just like, wait, we totally cut off Fatal just now. He was talking about Resident Evil.
No, he talking to a wall like Adam, bro. It doesn't matter.
No, shut the fuck up, you gopher. But anyways.
You're playing Neo, or you're trying to play Neo, but you're really fucking struggling.
Oh, me?
Yeah, you.
I'm not playing Neo. I cut my PS4 off.
Okay, so like Mike Steele was saying, like I'm with Steele on this though, Spartan. Like the whole entire completion time doesn't bother me about Resident Evil 3 because, like I said, the original one wasn't even that long to begin with, anyways. Because like Big Money fucking sent me a message there yesterday, flipping out, like saying, "Oh, I'm fucking pissed. I wasted $60 on this. It's too fucking short." I'm like, motherfucker, dude. Yeah, it's short, but it's short and sweet, but it's got a lot of fucking replay value behind it, man.
Yeah.
How long did you think the game was?
People don't like to replay games because they don't like to play in the first place.
Well, whatever. Fuck those people. I don't care about that. Like I said, the time is not an issue with me. My issue is that I have with the game is like, okay, so when you're playing it on Nightmare or you're playing it on Inferno, and even Adam fucking saw it too as well after I tried to explain this to him, like, what they did was in that game to make it more difficult, right? They made like the enemies more aggressive, which I come to expect. It's hard difficulty. That makes sense. But when you make things to the point where fucking like Nemesis, okay, you know, like when you're playing the game normally, right? He runs at you pretty quickly and shit, right? Like we've all seen that in the trailers and the demo we played and whatever, right? You go into fucking Nightmare mode or you go into Inferno. You ever seen those weird animations of somebody running when it's sped up like by like fucking 5 times? Like it looks really, really off. That's how he runs at you now. Like this motherfucker runs at you like a fucking sniper bullet coming out of a chamber. It's like fucking ridiculous, dude.
My boy. You gotta love Nemesis, man. Nemesis, bro. That you know,
Yeah.
I love his new redesign though. I
Alright.
adore his new redesign.
So what would y'all do if they started an OnlyFans page for Jill Valentine? Like, what would y'all do?
Who the hell is that? Oh, Jill Valentine. Oh, okay.
I was about to smack you in the fucking face for saying that.
I'm about to say, who the fuck is Jill Valentine? No, the what? See, when you said OnlyFans and then said Jill Valentine, I'm like, who the fuck is Jill Valentine? And then I was like, oh, Jill Valentine. Okay.
You know, just for that, I'm dead gonna do it.
How do you do that
Don't, Spark,
for a
don't
fictional
do it,
game character? How do you do that?
Yo, I got a PC, bro. I'm making all the noob mods and everything. I can have cosplay bitches. I mean, females.
I'm just waiting for those nude mods to come out for Jill for the fucking
I bet
remake
you
of
are,
3.
motherfucker. I bet you are.
Hey, I ain't gonna say shit, bro.
As fast as PC fans are normally, I'm surprised there's not any nude mods out right now. Like, these guys normally be on. I thought they already had new mods for the demo.
I'm gonna tell you, most of the PC.
You probably do. Let me go and look here in a second, man.
JTech,
two had some fucking crazy mods, man.
What do you say, Spartan?
JTech, the elites you talk about is only like 1% of the PC. Most PC guys don't give a fuck about the nude mod shit. We can do them, but like that's like pathetic. The real PC players just play fucking games all fucking day. The nude mods and all that, it just trolls most of the time, like Xbox ponies and regular fanboys. Like, don't pay them no mind. Because when you see people say peace and mass race, one, that's a joke. Why? Because the master part was like how PCs are over consoles. Because you know everything PC does, consoles catch up later. That's why it's called master race. But it was a joke.
Wait, what?
That.
But it's a joke. Like, don't believe that.
Yo, somebody made a mod for that changed Nemesis into fucking Ultron, dude.
Have they already done Nemesis as Thomas the Tank Engine?
Yeah. No, they did that with
They didn't make correct. I wanna, yeah, bro. Like,
okay, guys, let's talk about a real topic
like a
right here.
Fucking like a man.
Like what?
Spartan, have you heard about Mortal Shell, the video game?
No,
shit.
Have you saw it?
No, it's a penis game. What?
Mortal Shell, you said?
It's not a fucking fake game, you tall wall
What's
fucker.
penis is a big fat penis game.
Mortal Shell, you said?
Yeah, it's kind of like it's a new Dark Souls type of game.
Is it RPG? Oh yes, I saw it. Yes,
yeah,
IGN. Also for IGN.
I was very impressed with that.
Look at the light in that shit. But what's the frame rate like?
I don't know, man. But
I
don't want it to be for current gen systems. I really want this game to only be for next gen systems.
I think it might be because
it looks very good.
I don't know. I seen that what's the thing? Project Awakening them gameplay. I'm like,
yes.
I'm like, hold up. I don't think that's PS4, bro. I think that was PS5 gameplay because the lighting is ray traced, the sword, everything.
If it means if you gotta delay the PS5 next year just for Project Awakening to be a launch title, I'm all for it.
I don't think they delayed because of that. I think they want to delay it because either something manufacturing costs or maybe the rumors were true about them kind of like trying to reworking.
Side Games is making that. That's the same people making the Grand Blue Fantasy Relink RPG. So they got two big RPGs coming out, and as far as Relink is gonna be a 60 frames per second 4-player co-op RPG.
This is why every both Xbox and PlayStation collectively just fucking delay the consoles. Get better time.
I've been saying that for the longest. Like, delay the consoles.
Yeah, but I hope we still have some games coming out.
Give your fan bases fucking better launches. Because we know the launch of both these consoles are going to be fucking ass if they bring them out this year.
The foot's going to be ass. How about that?
That's what's up.
That's what I believe it. My dick last night, Jay.
Shut up,
yeah, I got a question for the panel here. Ooh. PlayStation, the topic. Y'all remember the games Lost Soul Side and Wild, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you think? I think WoW is a PS5 title.
Yes.
It is.
Yeah. At this point, yeah.
No, a launch
title. I wanted to ask you, bro. What is the real story behind Deep Down?
Okay. Capcom was making Deep Down, right? Well, Deep Down was supposed to be made. It was a showcase for the PS4, like how the order was. Mm-hmm. It was showing like the GPU power of it. But Deep Down went into developmental hell because Capcom was having financial issues, and they didn't know what they was gonna make. And then Street Fighter Five was being made at the same time, so it was a money thing. There was also rumors that Deep Down was too similar to the game we saw become to be Bloodborne, and they said it was too much like that, so they kind of scrapped it. In the meantime, and we just had got like Bloodborne and then Dark Souls and then Sekiro. So I think that Deep Down might come out.
Hey Jacob, I love the pony.
They might come. I think they might come out, but at this point, it was been 7 years since we've seen Deep Down. Literally 7 years exactly. Wait, let me find the exact date. 7 years and
I was wondering if they're going to make it.
39 days.
I think it's going to be coming out because I'll tell you right now, it may not be Ken Levine, but I mean, I want to see how the game come out.
Maybe Project Awakening is Deep Down, bro. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, the helmet and everything is Deep Down, the lighting.
But it's not the same people making it.
Right, but I think maybe that might be the spiritual successor because the helmet looks the exact same. The helmets look exactly.
Unless they pass that off to Side Games, I definitely could agree with you, but I don't know, man, because that's Side Games versus Capcom. It don't look like they would pass that shit off.
But Deep Down is
Side Games was fun for mobile.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Deep Down is owned by Sony, so like the name.
Are you sure? I thought Capcom said they own that IP, man.
That's what I thought. I think Sony re-trademarked it though because
they did. They trademarked it twice last year.
Oh, Capcom had a specific engine for that game. I think they own it.
Right. Re-trademarked Deep Down.
Yes,
Jay,
not Capcom. Sony did.
Sony.
Gotcha.
Just like, for example, Resistance. You know the game Resistance by Atomic Games, right? Resistance is constantly re-trademarked. So
nah, bro, that shit been abandoned. I'm on Justia.com for
which
all
one?
the
Deep Down?
Copyright and trademarks.
For what?
Deep Down has been abandoned.
For real?
Yeah.
Well, that's crazy because they just re-trademarked.
Okay, so they filed it. What was this? 07/23/2013, and the status date was 03/13/2017.
But I'll see right now the trademark details. The fifth extension was granted for Deep Down.
What website? Is it the trademark website?
Yes, it says status date was 11/19/2009. The filing date was February 9th, 2017. And the published opposition date was April 25th, 2000.
Post that link in the Discord so I can look it up.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. The Discord? Okay.
Yeah, just post it in the Discord because the one I'm looking at says it was a computer game as well. And what I believe is it wasn't Sony's game. It was still a Capcom game. They abandoned it and then gave it to Sony. Because obviously Capcom doesn't want to do shit with Deep Down, bro.
Yeah, because right now it says current trademark owners. It says Capcom.
Okay,
right
so
now.
they still own it then.
Yeah, so Capcom officially, yes. Capcom is the owner of Deep Down right now. The notice of approval extension was November 20th, 2019.
There's 2 Deep Downs here for Justia. Both of them are computer games. And that's what I want to know what's up, because one of them obviously been discontinued and they're exactly the same, and one of them hasn't been discontinued.
Yeah, but just look at the one I posted in the Discord. That's the one that's
This is the 5th extension granted. This is This is the one that hasn't been discontinued. Yeah, this one is what 11/19/2019 status date. Filing date 02/09/2017. Okay,
yeah, so the one by Sony was abandoned.
They have 2 copyrights on this website. One where they discontinued it, and this is the other one where they did continue it. Okay.
Yeah, so basically, Jay, in 2017, Deep Down was abandoned by Sony. Capcom owns Deep Down again. Because I remember 2015. I don't think that shit could
be a place. I think it's gonna be. Do you remember what happened with Final Fantasy Versus 13?
What do you mean?
Okay, so it was announced for the PS3. And then we ain't hear nothing about it. And then they changed the name to Final Fantasy 15 instead of Final Fantasy Versus 13. Then it went multiplied.
Oh yeah,
I've been
yeah. I
telling
think deep
people this
down,
for a long time. If we see Deep Down, we might not know it because it's gonna change its name and it will be
name.
multiplot. Because
Yo,
if
I
Capcom
just
still
said
owns
that.
it, bro, they're not gonna honor Sony's contract next gen.
No, I think they might. I'm still, but
I don't know,
Well,
bro.
that's
Should
what,
they?
that's
no,
what
Yeah,
Tom,
they
Tom
should.
exclusive.
But
Tom
every
exclusive. Yeah.
generation, these third-party developers, they act like they don't know
Shouldn't
these
we move
companies,
past this game at this point? This game is so old.
Yeah.
Like, we've had better versions of it anyway. You think it's gonna be better than anything
It's
we're gonna get,
kind
like
of
Ghost or even
kind
Neo
of
2?
like the
I don't
Rockstar
think
thing.
so. I just wish they
moved
would
past it.
have released it
Moved
already.
past it.
Yeah, you're right, Adam. You're right.
What
I
happened?
think
Because the fact of the matter is, when it came to Rockstar, they were making that Asian game for so fucking long,
Mhm.
and Sony ended up going, fuck it, scrub it, snab it, like, snub the fucking whole idea. And I think what they did was, instead of making another game for Sony asked them if they could do the marketing for the next few games instead. So we've got GTA 5, we've got Red Dead Redemption 2. I'll probably say we'll have the same thing either for GTA 6 or whatever they're going to be making next. And I don't think it's a bad idea, like, for them to do that. But yeah, I like deep down to me from the get go, I didn't even think it was even a fucking game. I just thought it was like a tech demo. That's my thoughts on that whole fucking game. I didn't think it was ever going to come out from the get go.
which one?
Thought, okay, Deep Down. Sorry, no, Deep Below, whatever the fuck it's called.
It's not deep below. It's deep down.
Deep
Shut
below.
the hell up,
Deep
Adam.
down, right there. So I
Bro,
fucking was
that's
trying to
not
find
movie.
correct.
it. Like
That's
I'm
probably what I
saying, like,
said.
I didn't expect it to be a fucking game. It looked like a tech demo. That's what it was.
They
It
was
showing off.
talking to a wall. You should have understood what they were saying.
I mean, do we actually think that game was actually gonna be real? I mean, for me, I
Well,
don't.
me personally, I figured it was a tech demo, but then remember they showed it again the following year, so I was like, okay, it can't be a tech demo because you're still showing it. Like,
Well, yeah, TGS. That's the last time that's the second time they showed it. It's like, okay, it's weird.
yeah, it's like, okay, it's a tech demo, but then you show it again as if, okay, it's not a tech demo no more. It's development.
Well, it's like Project Awakening. They've only shown that what twice.
Now,
Yeah,
but see, that's a different beast. Like, I think we just saw that last year or 2018, the first time, Project Awakening.
Yeah, that shit looks phenomenal, bro.
It looks great, bro. It does not look like a current gen game.
It doesn't, especially
shit
that
looks
new
good.
shit I saw. I was like, like I had
Side Games is on a roll with that, and
Oh.
please check out Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. It's a 60 frames per second game. The option of 4-player online co-op. It is gorgeous.
I love cheating my girl.
Gorgeous. Man, Side Games coming up, bro. They used to only do cell phone games, but they coming up, bro. They definitely coming
Spartan, what the fuck did you just say?
What?
You want to cheat on your girlfriend?
No, I said I wouldn't.
I was gonna like, yo, I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that, dude.
No, I wouldn't. Like, I don't know how people do that shit. But
Because they're never were satisfied or ever loved their actual fucking
Satisfaction.
partner, man.
Shut up, Adam.
Sociopaths, man.
So, yeah, that last was part 2 today. Hey, guys, yeah.
Yo, Adam, shut your
Adam?
mouth, dude.
You got enough time to play Neo 2 now, Adam. You got enough time to go back and play Neo
Yeah,
1 and 2.
you got Persona 5 Royale, then you got Final Fantasy 7 and Resident Evil 3. The amount of times you can play that.
Hopefully,
Man,
Trials of Mana
I
won't
just
get
picked
delayed.
up. I just picked up the other day, fucking Hyper Parasite.
Oh, that's a great game. I played that game 80 years ago.
You don't even know what game it is. Shut your cock hole.
Trials of Mana, April 24th if it doesn't get delayed.
Exactly. I'm ready for that game.
It's okay. That was on my radar, but then they announced Catherine Full Body coming for Switch, and I was like,
I'm not a
oh,
Catherine
shit.
fan, so I'm going to go with the other cell shade game.
every time I hear it coming to Switch, bro, I gotta be wondering what devs be thinking. Like, what do devs be thinking when they see the Switch, bro?
Well,
I wonder.
they thinking, hey, a lot of people keep buying the system. Maybe we can get some money.
But I've never seen them come out, a third party major, and say this game has sold wonders on the Switch.
They were actually what third party was? It was one third party that came out and said they were happy with the sales on the Switch. I think it was Doom. They
It
came out and
was.
said they were happy of the sales of the Switch.
Yeah,
On
it
the
was.
Listen,
Switch.
It
why
was.
the fuck isn't GTA trilogy on the Switch, bro? Like
Who put out GTA?
Rockstar.
Rockstar? Because I was going to say, I know EA, they got this thing about putting games on the Switch because their philosophy is all the top selling games are nothing but Nintendo games, so we won't make enough
It
money.
is true though. It is very
It's
true.
true.
And they're that lazy.
Huh?
No, I'm thinking about Rockstar. Like, you're right. They haven't done anything. I think it was Spartan guy that brought it up.
Put that game on
Only
the
thing they
They
put on
just
the I think the only thing they put on the system was LA Noir.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was
and that remaster was half-assed.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
I'm be honest with y'all.
Maybe they're full on the money. Maybe I don't
They're
know.
not full on the money. They can get
Yo,
They're like
Elden.
rolling in
What
it
do
like Scrooge McDuck, man. They don't care
What do y'all
anymore.
think of that game, Elden Ring?
I want it.
I don't know.
I'm kind of worried about it, to be honest.
Opinion about it until I see it in action.
Oh, fuck, you're gonna kiss me.
But when are we gonna get news about it?
Probably never now, because I heard there was some sort of dispute between the producer and the director, or the I don't know.
It's funny. I just heard like 2 days ago, man, that fucking I forget who it was that did the soundtrack. I believe it was for Sekiro. Is now working on the soundtrack for fucking Elden Ring.
Yeah, well, that shit ain't coming out this year, and I know it was supposed to, but I don't.
Elden Ring's probably a next gen title, I would say.
Yeah. I mean, if you got a game that was gonna come out this year,
it's being written by like Fat Man George R. Martin. It's gonna take fucking years to make.
Exactly. You might as well just put that game out next year, bro. Like, there's so many devs that like Avengers game. The Avengers game is gonna either get delayed or scrapped completely, bro.
No, it probably will come out.
Bro. If they act in the way that they
the game is established, Jay. Every game is
Who's publishing it?
Everybody should delay their games until 2085. You know, that's what they should do.
Well, apparently Civilization 6 sold extremely well according to 2K Games on the Switch.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That was another one.
Sweet, so it sold fucking more than 10 copies. Well, goddamn.
I got the physical of it. I just haven't bought the damn.
I'm not buying the DLC until that shit drops down to $20.
Yeah, the DLC they want to charge $50 for on the Switch.
Yeah, fuck out of here, 2K. You can suck my fucking Willy Wonka cock, man. Get the fuck out of here with that garbage.
I can't wait till this quarantine shit is over, bro. I swear to God.
Yo, hey, by the way, Spartan. By the way, I was actually fucking. I heard fucking. I forget what health board it was. They were predicting that this pandemic might last for 18 months to 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're anticipating anywhere from 100,000 to 240,000 dead in the U.S. from it alone.
No, bro, I swear to God, when it's quarantine over, I'm fucking shit out my girl, bro.
Death tolls are going down, which is
What'd he say?
Yo, Spartan, Jesus Christ, my brother, man, shit.
I missed that.
So we now know how that's affecting you.
God damn, dude. The fuck,
man. A woman, bro. J-Tech, you really want to know what I said?
I missed that shit, bro. I missed
it. Go back and play the replay, bro. Go back and rewatch that shit. Listen carefully to what Spartan just said.
I said, I swear to God, when this quarantine is over, I'm fucking the shit out my girl.
Bro, I was wondering, bro. Did y'all see what is it called, the Naked Challenge?
Bro, I'm not doing that challenge.
So listen to this. It's the chick is holding the phone, not showing herself. She's naked. She goes up to the boyfriend. Most of the time was playing a video game. They drop the towel, or they're already naked, and then they try to get the boyfriend's attention, and then the whole video is the boyfriend's reaction to their girlfriend being naked. Most of them stop playing the game. I saw that shit. It was on fucking Twitter the other day.
Wasn't it a couple of months ago when we told you to stop looking at this fucking shit because you got done up? Yeah, stop it.
It was trending on Twitter, and I clicked it.
Don't care. That's like that white girl licking bullets.
What I was saying is, it's weird that I think these are all new videos, so people are still they're stuck in the house with their significant other.
No, that's TikTok people, Jay. It's idiots. There you go.
Spartan wouldn't like fucking was tweeting.
Yeah.
Spartan what? Yo, I see my girl on Facebook. She played this game called "When Will You Meet Your True Love?" He says you're already together. Wow. Oh damn. Oh damn.
God, you still alive, bro? Are you dead now? Are you dead? He's dead. Alright, cool. Fucking Paleface, man. I fucking hate Paleface.
Okay, well, after Final Fantasy, what is the next big game?
Yo,
They were saying for Switch in May 29th, it's supposed to be a whole bunch of shit dropping on the 29th for the Switch.
Got any names?
They're talking about Xenoblade Chronicles Remastered, the Bio. What is it? Bio.
Oh, WCCF Tech is at it again.
No, damn it, that game I think it is by 2K. Well, they're also saying Borderlands Collection.
Bioshock.
Huh?
Bioshock.
Yes, that's it. BioShock Collection, and a third collection. XCOM Collection is supposed to be dropping as well. All four of those are supposed to be dropping on the 29th of May.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm looking forward to that fucking Block Quest Maker game that's coming out there on the 10th.
Oh shit! Apple in trouble.
Hey,
Yes, let me see.
Never mind.
Hey, Glock. We don't mind Switch, man. We're all right about that. But Xbox, we don't talk about that. Don't talk about that. Okay. Don't talk about Stadia.
Well, it's coming on both platforms. It's coming on both platforms. Man.
What is an Xbox? What is that?
It's
your foot.
Keep my room warm.
Now stick your foot in your fucking mouth and be done with it.
It's a new virus. It's called the Benjamin Button disease.
No, I heard
Phil Spencer's got it. He's turning older. He's getting younger.
Well, yeah. What else was supposed to come out
in
for
that
it?
fucking interview, bro? I could have swore I saw white hairs.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna pick this up there on the night.
He's like 50,
Great. I tell you that much, bro.
50?
Who 50?
He's a douchebag. Douchebags don't age.
Who's Spencer?
Yeah.
White people age.
Spencer been around, bro?
Phil Spencer is gonna walking stick and fucking
Phil
glasses.
Spencer been around Microsoft for 30 years, bro. He a whole bitch to them.
50.
Yeah, he has been around there for 35.
He was an intern.
But I have a question though. Besides like Final Fantasy and Last of Us and Trials of Mana was a third party.
Because that shit got canceled.
But what I'm saying is, what else was supposed to be coming out for you guys? I mean, like I said, like I had
I mean, Persona just came out. Final Fantasy came out.
It was Iron
When Neo was supposed to come out?
Last of Us, and it
already came
was
out. Neo 2 came out in February.
Oh, yeah, so, yeah,
that was it.
That
Nobody.
was
It's Final Fantasy, Last of Us, Ghost, and Iron Man VR. That was it.
And then half of that just got rescheduled.
And that,
Those three.
So I mean, it was pretty. Like I said, for the direct for Nintendo, they put up there tentatively. Any of these dates could change for us, but it was a lot supposed to be coming out. Like indie wise, you guys don't even have any indies coming out, do you?
Oh, trust me, we have indies.
Yeah.
no one talks
You can't think of any right now.
We have them. There's new games always added from Steam or from the indie department.
Y'all see what A Gluck said in the chat? No one cares about the Switch. This is the place.
That's why I addressed it, man.
I mean, if that was the case, then they wouldn't talk about Xbox the way it is.
Nobody is getting new games, Snow Bunny. You did list 4 games, all remastered.
Yeah, A Gluck, that's because I'm gay.
Yeah.
You're gay. And this is for all 3 major gaming consoles, right? What new games, not remasters, not indie titles, what titles are coming?
We haven't had anything listed because
there's no new games
Nintendo?
that are not remasters or smaller titles coming out.
Well, JTech.
Big systems.
Well, you surprised the Switch barely get any games anyway.
Like I said again, I don't know who the fuck you talking to, but my backlog is crazy. But my point is,
hold up, say that one more time.
I don't know who the fuck you be talking to, but my backlog is crazy. But my thing is, right now, Nintendo has been super quiet about things because, remember when this virus thing hit, Japan was the first hit from Nintendo's side with shortages because they were talking about having shortages of Switches and games in
I'll be
February.
back, guys. I'll be back, guys.
Yeah, so in for Japan. So my point is after that, Nintendo been really quiet. I think they're trying to map out what's going to happen through the rest of the year because a lot of them are working from home too.
Do you think they're gonna sell through their stock because they announced the shortage, right? But then everybody's talking about how fast the Switch is selling.
They've already sold through it. That's the reason scalpers are getting $550, $700 online for the Switch.
Goddamn scalpers, fuckers.
Yeah, we've already hit a hiccup of shortage here in the U.S. But the ones that not has a shortage of is the Switch Lites.
Yo, hey Glock, I'll drop it for you if you give me some money.
What?
Show me the money.
Illegal.
Yo, real quick.
Yeah, so but yeah,
I mean,
so
I
like
think
major
this is the
games.
best time to get your backlog out the way. Everybody has backlog. Shit.
Everyone keeps complaining about it. Just do it, bro.
I got 80 games on my external hard drive. Many of them I re-downloaded or whatever.
Bro, I got Modern Warfare 2 remastered this fucking, was it? When did that shit come out? Tuesday? I platinum that shit on Thursday.
Cause you're a fucking platinum king. That's why, motherfucker.
I'm a bitch.
I was always saying, let me get Animal Crossing before the quarantine and I'd be straight. And here I am 190 hours later and I'm still okay.
Get off that game. Poison your mind.
I did take a slight break and did play a demo today.
Oh, did you? All right.
Yes.
Guess
played
what?
a demo for Bravely Default 2.
Nicotine pouches for Animal Crossing so you can just fuck off.
Man, if I had I don't even need all that, okay?
It's like a druggie or like an alcoholic. It's like Animal Crossing. I don't know what you would call it, but
I mean, like everybody who's gotten it, who's in quarantine, pretty much all of us got over 100 hours in it.
It's bonkers, man. Like, I mean, it's like you said. Like, there are people out here that you wouldn't expect to buy that game, so play that game, that are playing that game. I'm just like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah. Like I get quite a few people who ask me tips and tricks of what they're supposed to do and things like that. Once I get them started on it, they're like, "Oh, I'm good to go," because they had never played one.
Exposed. All right, guys, I'm out of here, man.
Okay. Do we have any more topics to talk about? Because
no.
Yeah, no, Druckmann's gay.
Or finish up Castlevania because that fucking show is good.
Told ya.
Oh, you know what's funny though? I loved it so much yesterday. I went on PSN to look for some good Castlevania games, and most of them are either on PlayStation Now or all they did was remaster the really, really old ones, and I didn't want to play those. I wanted to play some of the newer ones. And
best one was Symphony of the Night.
Yeah, bro. It's just crazy, bro. They got the. Why not remaster everyone for modern day consoles, bro? Like, Konami is dumb sometimes, bro. They really are fucking stupid. You know, sitting on a gold mine.
That show is, like I said, man, the show is awesome.
I love our chat. It's so awesome.
Okay, guys. If nobody on the panel has any more topics, we're gonna get up out of here.
I've got a topic. Me and Neil Druckmann are getting married this summer.
I bet you are. Congratulations.
Yeah, bro. He's gonna give me Last of Us Part 2 before all you guys get it. And no one
won't. He does not like you. He says he won't talk to anybody that talks to walls.
I'm gonna make sure to bite his beard.
This is these are true things.
Good.
I still gotta get my game that came out.
Before we go, everybody, make sure you hit that like. Also, go down and name one game you're about to play this week, even if it's Final Fantasy coming out on Friday. Let me know what game you're playing or you're trying to finish or you're hyped about. I'm gonna just put Neo 2 because I really want to try to finish that game.
Jacob's asking.
Somebody has a question for you.
What's the question?
Why do you hate PC gamers?
Because they have no souls.
There you go. Valid answer.
They literally just have no souls.
J-Tech said
if you only play on a PC and you never played on a console, You don't got a soul. I don't give a fuck who you are. You don't got a soul. Sorry.
So basically, what you try to say is, Jay, is that every PC game is like gingers. They have
They
no
are
souls.
gingers. I saw a lot of them. They are gingers. Most
Oh.
of them.
Shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit, JTX said it. Oh my god.
It's true.
Oh, I wonder if my game's going to get delivered in April.
What game?
Code Realized Part 2. I pre-ordered it from the website.
Why that sound familiar?
It was a series from the PlayStation Vita, and they have ported it to the Switch and I believe PS4.
Okay, that's why I saw that name and I saw that game. But
Yeah, it's a visual novel.
It?
It's a visual novel.
Oh, okay, that's probably why I stepped away. But I've saw it advertised a lot.
Yeah, because
so
part
you
one
really
already.
not getting Trails of Trails of Mana, because I played that demo and it is amazing. Like,
Yeah, the demo's good, but right now with me not having a job.
Oh yeah.
So right now it's probably going to go on the back burner, and I've noticed a lot of third-party games like that usually go on sale at Black Friday. So I'm hoping to be back at work and back caught up for bills by then.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll probably pick it up then.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? It was like a sudden announcement. They told us we're furloughed indefinitely. And I have no idea when I'm returning back to work.
See, that's that Last of Us shit. When they said indefinite, bro, it's like you don't really fucking know. Nobody knows. Like they could go gold yesterday, and we won't know if the game's ready. Plus, you want to prepare. Hey, when are we gonna launch it? Because you still can't say once the shit's over, hey, launch it now. Nah, you still have to plan when you gonna fucking launch it. It could be 2 to a month.
Like right now, because my birthday is coming up at the end of the month. Me and my mom, our birthdays are like a week and a half apart. So what we do every year is we get together midway between when our two birthdays are, and we'll go out to dinner and have dinner. This is like the first year in my entire life where we won't be able to do that. So it's just. Yeah, this is the first year in my entire life.
Okay, let's see
where
what's
we won't
going
do that.
down here.
When it
We
comes
got
to when it
somebody
comes Last
playing
of
God of
Us,
War PS4, Resident
just
Evil 3.
understand, by the way, Jay. When it comes to Last of Us Part 2, you understand, bro. There's so much more shit than just getting it to the fans, bro. They've got so much shit planned for that game.
I know. Then you should have delayed it because look. All I want to say, if you had other plans and that's your reason for delaying it, do that. If that's not your reason for delaying it, that's cool. But Adam, I don't want to hear from you saying, oh, they have so many plans, and then you allude to the fact that's also one of the reasons why they delayed it. Then you should have been forthcoming that you have other plans. The game is too big, it's bigger than us, and that's why we're also delaying it.
Well, you also have to think about this.
Well, I mean, I heard you talk about earlier on, Jay, and the fact of the matter is, when it comes to, I can't remember saying this to you on, what was it, Friday, I think it was, man. When it comes to this delay, right, they released their statement, Sony released theirs, right? Okay. It's two different statements. The reason why it's two different statements is because there's two different reasons, right? As a developer, as a studio, it is the sense of we're delaying the game because we want everyone to be able to play this game at the same time, but also the bug situation, it doesn't matter if it goes gold or not, they're still going to have to do these sort of things prior in patches. When it comes to PlayStation, they've got marketing promotion tour. They've actually got a tour to make for this game, right? And the thing is, this has already been prepaid for. They've got all this shit outlined, prepaid for, and it's probably going to cost them a few million, right? The fact of the matter is, they're going all out on this game. So, like, same thing with God of War. They went all around the world touring, doing a countdown. And what happened when that game theoretically then came out? Eventually, when that game came out, that helped God of War sell even more because you're putting it in the light of every other country. Then also, that's to do with marketing, that's to do with advertisement, and that's to do with the aspects of them going to the fans saying hello. It's like with Last of Us Part 1. They didn't do that as much, but I remember they came to London in Camden Town for, I think it was a couple of weeks before it was launched, and I was there, met Neil, met Bruce, met Troy, Ashley and some other, I think a woman, I've got a name now, part of Naughty Dog, and it was great to see them. But like, yeah, there's more to do with just bring this game out digital. I see a lot of people say like digital, release it digital. It ain't that fucking simple, bro.
Look what happened to Hellblade.
This also comes into the factors of stock markets as well, in which that's PlayStation that I wanted that to come through. Financials. So, you know, it's a massive fucking aspect to it.
Again, bro, I agree. I'm not saying I don't. I just want you to be honest about what it is.
So much.
When you're honest about what it is, no one can ever be confused. When you just come out and tell it how it is, you didn't need four paragraphs to let us know. You didn't need that. All you needed was one fucking paragraph. It's not safe out here. You need to stay home, and it's not safe for our workers or anybody that's gonna promote this game around the world. That's it. But they had 4 fucking paragraphs. I think that was uncalled for. Because it was so simple. We already knew one of the main reasons why you were going to delay the game. Why say anything else? It's the same thing, bro. PS5, Ghost of Tsushima could definitely be delayed because of the financials.
Like I said, bro, it's 2 different viewpoints, man. They're being transparent on both viewpoints. Yes, it's to do with the epidemic and the virus, but it's also to do with the aspects of them working from home, squashing out the final aspects of the game, which theoretically they were on target to releasing. But then again, we've got to understand as well, they are not just doing the single player, they're also doing the multiplayer aspects as well behind. After they've done.
Let me ask you this: how are they going to test out the multiplayer without a beta?
Okay, JTech. So you have the most common sense out of everyone I spoke to. I wondered, how was they going to test it out with no beta? They just going to put it out later on?
That's what I'm saying, because this is what I'm saying, bro. Admit that you're doing the multiplayer. Don't ever say you're not.
Yeah, that shit got me tired last year.
I know that multiplayer gonna be amazing.
Yeah, JTech is the most
but you
common
should have
sense.
never said you're not gonna release one. You know, and I don't know, bro. You definitely gonna need that beta for the multiplayer. I don't give a fuck when you drop it, but you're gonna need that beta because internal testing is not realistic. It's too many motherfuckers that have a PS4. You're not gonna get the grand scope of how many people will play that game. You're just not. You exclude the people that's buying the single player aspect of Last of Us Part 2. Include all the people that got The Last of Us Remaster, as well as the people that got Last of Us on the PS3. Add those in, and then you add in at least 2 to 3 million other gamers that might be new adopters. You are not going to understand how many people are going to flood those servers with just a few internal tests. You're just not. It's not happening.
And then, Jay, there's one more group you have to add on to it. The people who get the game just to play the multiplayer.
There you go.
Some people won't even play the single player. They're just there for the multiplayer.
You're gonna need that fucking beta. I'm telling you. You're not gonna. I don't want to hear them talking about we doing an internal test for the fucking multiplayer. Those servers are gonna be fucking crash. They're gonna crash so bad, man.
That's when they do it though, Jay. Like they are not even thinking about it right now.
Yeah, I mean, but is that the smart thing to do? Just do internal tests and think that that's the number of people that's gonna be online.
Yeah, when they are there. Like right now, they're not there because they're focused on the single player. They are doing multiplayer as well on the side, or part of their team is probably doing it, bits and pieces, but again, their main focus is the single player. That's the whole reason why you're buying Last of Us, is because of the single player. That's the fucking main part. If that game was only fucking multiplayer, why the fuck, again, I don't see a lot of people really giving a fuck. Because that's not what that's about. You know, when Last of Us came out, no one even knew that multiplayer existed on that game until 2 weeks prior to that game.
Existed. Look, they might have not said it, but we knew they were gonna bring that multiplayer back.
All right, cool. But did you know? I remember seeing like thousands of people say that is the thing that's gonna fuck up that game, and it could have, but it didn't. That's the thing, right? Because again, we didn't know it. Again, they said, "Oh yeah, we've got multiplayer in the game." 2 weeks after, like before they released this goddamn game, 2 weeks, and it's like. That's a bit odd. Like, why have you not been talking about it before? It's like, because we don't have to.
Look, bro. PlayStation's in a bad position as far
I mean,
as
I was, let's
public
just be
relations.
honest with you. I was a little worried when okay, this is going to sound odd, but remember I was saying that it's March and it's 6 months out before they are saying that the game systems are going to come out, and there's we don't even know if they're making it or whatnot. The same thing with Last of Us and with Ghost of Tsushima. Right now, you're what, 2 months out before launch, and you're getting no advertisements for it.
I figured that. That's what I was saying.
When
I
was
was
that?
figuring
Sorry,
that.
say that again, somebody?
Told niggas was gonna get delayed. If the consoles
I
get delayed,
mean,
I'm gonna be so happy.
we were talking about this in a podcast that, Final Fantasy is already, it came out and doing massive amounts of advertisement. I think y'all remember the Butterfingers thing
Yeah.
that I successfully did. I got
Congrats.
multiple fucking codes for that Butterfinger thing, but I did do it. Long
Thank
story,
you.
huh?
What?
Shut
Wait,
the hell
question:
up.
how long y'all gonna be on here?
We about to leave, bro. I
Damn,
got shows and shit to watch. But long story
yeah.
short,
I'm gonna be
Final
out.
Fantasy advertisement started what, a month or two ago. Like,
Mm-hmm.
we ain't see
What
shit
happened
for The
just now?
Last of Us, bro. Real small, nothing, bro,
Mm-hmm.
nothing. So
Yeah, because
That's when I started
I
worrying
know they
when
want to
it
do the
got better.
tour, Adam, but I don't ever think they will
Yeah,
do
but
the tour they want.
you're talking about it
It's
like
not.
again,
Look, I'm
like
telling you right now, Adam, that tour.
advertisement doesn't start on a game until fucking at least
Okay, I agree.
a
I
month
agree. But
out.
the tour that you talked about earlier, I don't think they ever gonna be able to do that because we still
Well,
won't know
no,
who has
that's
the
what I mean.
virus,
That's
even if the
one of the
shit gets
reasons
cleaned
as
up.
to why they probably delayed it as well
No,
because
no,
they.
no. That's what I'm saying. Even if the fucking cure is out there, I don't think it will ever be safe to do some sort of a fucking tour where you're
No,
meeting
it
with
wouldn't.
people.
That's the thing. I've said. That's what I've been fucking
Well, they
saying for
need
the
to
past.
scrap it. That's what I'm saying. I think it's not smart to ever do that where you got to meet with
What?
people face to face. You need to
No, but
scrap
that's
that.
what I'm trying to say. That's the reason why they probably delayed it as well. Because again, they want to be able to do these things in a clean environment where they don't have to worry about that. Like
Well,
they have to worry
shit.
about like
We
people
talking
going.
that environment. We talking about fucking next year, bro. That's what.
You know what I
So
mean?
you gonna
Like
delay
shit,
that
like
game
you know,
until 2021?
you've got countries thinking about reopening certain aspects, but then again, they're keeping closed like bars, pubs, restaurants, and cinemas, like main aspects, like where like you're basically right fucking together, which is
Are
good.
you fucking? That's so fucking sad. This news guy that I follow, bro. He's from the Washington D.C. area.
That's what I said. Bro.
Shamari Stone. I don't know if you guys know him. He said his grandmother just passed away from the virus. It's so crazy, bro. Man, this virus thing is really crazy. It really is crazy. Guys, I hope you guys have a nice what is it, Sunday. Be safe. Be safe out there. Don't go out unless you have to go out. Grocery stores. Maybe you need some gas for the car. Other than that,
Oh, and gas
I
is
check
dirt
in on.
cheap. Have fun, guys.
Hmm.
Okay, guys. Well, everybody have a good well, the weekend's fucking over, but have an extended weekend because most people are home. Enjoy your games. You can contact me on Twitter in the community section under any of my posts on YouTube. Make sure you hit that like button before you get up out of here. And also, if you need the Discord link for the community, the public community, I'm going to send that out right now. I'm going to put a link. There's some shit in there that we need to talk about on Discord. Hold on. Come on, bro. The fuck? Let me send an invite to. Let me see. We're gonna send a no limit link so everybody can jump in here. There we go. We got that. And what is this right here?
Are we off
Well,
air?
that seems like. Hold on. We still on
Oh.
here.
Are you still alive?
He says that seems like something Herman Hulse would do. Um, what did he say? What was Umar talking about?
Yeah, so when is the PS5
unfollowed and
advertising gonna
blocked a
start?
lot of people on fucking Twitter because of all that fucking drama shit. So Glock, I'm gonna have to go follow you again. I might have did that because of the shit you was posting, but I don't know what you was posting. Just spit me your fucking Twitter name real quick so I can go follow you real quick. That's the link for the Discord. There you go. Umar, thank you for reminding us multiple times that Herman is a bad guy. I've acknowledged it. That's why I ignore him. I don't even sing his praises because there's no praises to sing. I don't know if any of these other games are going to be delayed, like the Horizon Zero Dawn PC port. I highly doubt it will. But it's definitely not going to get the sales that they think it's going to get.
So if Herman Holtz's next game gets more Game of the Years than The Last of Us, would you pay him respect then?
I would pay the developers respect. Fuck him, bro. He doesn't work for Guerrilla no more. He's the head.
Hold up.
Yeah, fuck.
But he's the head of those developers.
He's just telling the developers, hey, you do that or you fucking smack Adam in the fucking wall or something.
Don't say that, Jay, because he has the ability to fucking fire them and get rid of that studio.
Well, hey, if he wants to do that, make sure he cancels Horizon for PC and then we'd be all cool. We'd be cool then. As long as he can cancel that shit, because that's a fucking horrible mistake. Bro, it's a PR nightmare at this point. It's a PR, it's a public relation nightmare right now for PlayStation.
That's why I said that the industry, and this is devs, studios, publications, this is even the console owners, or the console manufacturers, console, Sony and Xbox, just collectively just say, hey, listen, people, fuck this year. Don't care about don't worry about the fucking gamers, right? Push everything to next year.
Exactly.
Just do it.
But
push it all.
It's still gonna be a PR nightmare, bro. It's still a public relation nightmare.
After May, or whatever it is for the Switch on their last game, wherever it may be, no games. Nothing.
Only thing they're talking about for us is nothing but remasters. Not even new. I haven't heard anything about any new games. They're talking about remastering 4 of the 3D Mario games because this year is the 35th anniversary of Mario. Besides that, we haven't heard nothing for anything new.
Well, guys, keep an eye on the news. Final Fantasy is the last big game to come out. I would tell everybody, make sure you keep your eye on video game news websites after Final Fantasy comes out, after the hype dies down from the game being released, and see if we see anything new. But trust me, the PlayStation Legion panel will make sure you know anything on Sundays, Saturdays, and maybe during the week, depending on how my schedule is. Be safe out there. I'm gone. We are gone. Let me go delete Adam real quick. Oh, by the way, sorry. By the way, Adam does suck ass. Okay, I just want to add that.
Yeah, suck dick as well.
Just want to add that in there because it's very important that people know.
Not about the chat, she thinks I'm fucking gay.
That
reiteration.
You might get some weirdos messaging you, Adam.
Yeah, I know. Bring it on.
You never know, Adam. You never fucking know.